Hey, what's up, ecosystem? Welcome back to Auto Transport Intel. This is the Car Shipping Business Channel. My name is Jay. You know, my goal every Tuesday night is to bring you another trade show level business presentation to you wherever you are, because your automotive business deserves the latest in transportation news. And if I know you're busy, you can skip ahead. I'll tell you what's going to happen. I'm going to give the welcome show lineup here in a minute. You'll see in the video description below. You'll know what to expect. You can click on time codes to jump ahead. Please leave a comment. Remember to like, share, tell your friends. Thanks for watching ATI, and we're live. You know, where are the keys? Do I need a gate pass? What are the hours? Is the lot full? Is there a forklift? Should I call ahead? Can I just swing on by? Transportation location logistics are critical to smooth automotive business transactions. So tonight my first guest is Ron Lorenzana with Dealer Storage of Long Island. Next we have Kandy Marr of Jaxport Storage in Florida. Third, we have Ryan Miller at NWR Tow in Chicago. Individual presentations followed by a full panel discussion. So please join the live chat, ask your questions, share your thoughts, grow your business, have a seat, because it's Tuesday nights live on Auto Transport Intel. I'm Jay, your host. Welcome back to the show. So much for taking the time to join us and the rest of the industry here on Tuesday Nights Live, and I really do appreciate you taking the time and saying hello. And yes, we're live, and whether you're live or on demand, first I want you to feel welcome. Auto Transport Intel wants you to feel welcome, whether you're a driver, dispatcher, broker, dealer, auction, OEM, shipper. Shippers are welcome here too. Please do feel welcome and say hello in the live chat. I'm going to go into the live chat here in a few minutes and say hello. So put in your company name or website or services or what have you. Or just stay silent and keep watching, because we're going to go into industry news at the quarter hour. Now that is national news, social media news, EV, what's happening with mergers, acquisitions, and some other interesting tidbits. And then we'll do that. Then we're going to spend a half hour in industry news. Then we're going to bring in Thompson, and we're going to set up, what are we talking tonight? We're talking about transportation, location, logistics. There's a lot to it. You'd think that we would have gotten to this topic before episode 224, but you know, what can we do? So what we're going to do is we're going to start with Ron at NYC Traffic. He's going to be talking about a storage facility in Long Island, and we'll get a presentation from him. And then we're going to bring in Kandy, get a presentation from Kandy about Jaxport Storage. And then we're also going to learn more about Ryan Miller and NWR Tow. What do they have all in common? Transportation, location, logistics. And to prove it, we're going to open up a discussion panel for the fourth quarter of this 2-hour event and fest. Hey, what's going on? Yeah, I see it in the live chat. That's pretty cool. So let's do this. We got to get to the live chat. First, I just want to say thank you so much. Please do leave a like if you haven't already done that. click that like button. Thank you so much for doing that. You can even click share, click copy. You can grab that YouTube link. You can text it. You can email it. You can share it on social media. Let people know this is the event. It's every Tuesday night. You definitely want to be here. And if you are lost and you don't know what's going on, go to autotransportintel.com, click on sign up, become an ATI insider, talk to Ty, maybe get on a round table, email us, get a coaching session. We're here to help. This is Auto Transport Intel. It's the Car Shipping Business channel. And right after this, we're going to go into the live chat and say hello. So stick around because we'll be right back.
The ACV Transportation team is always looking to expand our network to safe and reliable carriers. As an ACV carrier, there are many perks that allow us to become one of the fastest growing carrier partners in the nation. ACV carriers have access to our job board with thousands of new jobs listed every day. You do not need to pay for access, and every job listed is exclusive to our carrier partners. Interested in a job? While you stage a job on the job board, no other carriers have visibility to that job for 15 minutes, giving you the time to make the best decisions for your business. Get paid within 1 to 2 business days. Our jobs are exclusively dealer to dealer, which means no more walking in large auction lots to find the vehicle you're looking for. Be one of the thousands of carriers who grew their business in partnership with ACV.
Dealer, transportation, peace of mind, carriers, pick up and deliver and get paid on time. Join the nationwide network at acvauctions.com/ATI and sign up with Carrier by ACV Transportation. The links are in the live chat. Yeah, it is a pretty exciting night. Let's go ahead and say hello to the live chat. Right there, you see it. Now, that's actually the second cowbell of the night because I don't want to jump in front of John Cochran. LAI Auto Transport is getting the party started, and now here's Ty, Cars on the Move, Love ATI. Thank you guys so much. The super chats really help the channel. We have we have a lot on our plate this year, a lot of shows we want to go to. And then there's equipment to ramp up to because we're going to go live at March Car Conference. So thank you so very much for ringing the super chat cowbell. Really do appreciate it. Let's go up to the top of the chat. Ty was in here first. Anyone know where I can park these cars? Yeah, we might have a couple ideas tonight. John Cochran, good evening, everybody. Almost to Seattle, Washington. Gotta love these Rocky Mountains. We have a photo of John's load coming up in industry news. Kimberly is in here. What is going on, Kimberly? Welcome to Tuesday Nights Live. Let us know if it's your first time here. Ask your questions, share your company info, join the community. That is all correct. Thank you, Kimberly. And then Silver Mint. Yes, as the president says. What did he say? Yeah, I agree. Something like that. Sure, why not? It's good to be agreeable. John at Fine Sewing and Recovery. Hey guys, good to see you guys. What is going on, John? My dad is here. Ed is here. Hello from San Diego. What's going on, Dad? How you doing? Super Dispatch is here. Hey Jay and Ty. Hope the ATI gang is having a great week so far. Yes, we are. And already, meetings lined up to the ceiling because Used Car Week bears fruit. That's what these automotive shows are all about. If you want to talk to us, send us an email. We can set up a time to talk. Let's see here what's going on. Okay, so that's Ben is here. Sky Hallman is here. What's going on, Sky? Happy New Year. Yes, Happy New Year, automotive industry. I was posting that on social media. And, Larry's here. Larry's here for the first time again. How cool is that? Ken Brown says hello. What's up, Ken? Now that might be maybe a first time. If it's your first time here, and listen, we know this too. We call them lurkers. We got lurkers watching. Don't say anything. You be a lurker. Don't be a ghost. Be a lurker. Right? There you go. Joe McCleary is here. What's going on, Joe? Alan is here. Happy New Year. Carlos Braxton, ACB Logistics is here. No payment for access. What are we talking about, Silvermint? No payment for access. Let us know. Maybe it was Trump won every state. Oh no, it's not that kind of show. I mean, but it's 2022. Anything goes. So, just post it. Just do it. Hey, what's going on, John? John, thank you so much. Actually, John, we were wondering, John, do you have a facility and a yard, staging area? If you do, listen, anybody watching, whether you're live or on demand, we want to know if you also have a transportation location and you want to share information, logistics, marketing material. Feel free to put it in the comments below, put it in the live chat, because we certainly don't want to leave anybody out. Car Shipper, Joe at Car Shipper is here. David Johns Jr., everyone from Done Right Recovery Services. Awesome. That's totally awesome, man. Thank you for saying hello. The word is gonna, don't believe the hype. Whatever those numbers say, right? Don't believe the numbers. I don't know what year, I don't know what we're going to see in industry. We got some interesting things in industry news, actually. A little bit of commentary, some follow-up from previous weeks. I don't know what year it is, meaning last year was year of the hybrid. What is 2022? It's the year of the... Think about it, because it's coming up. Go ahead and put that in the live chat too. There's some interesting news articles and segments. Something just came out today. CarBravo. We're going to talk about that in industry news. And obviously, mergers, acquisitions, buyouts. Who's got record profits these days? Is it the carrier? Anybody reporting record carrier profits? I'd love to know. Actually, maybe there is. Did you see how many loads are on Central Dispatch right now? I don't know what the number is right now, but when Sue and I checked it last Thursday, it was 74,000, maybe 75,000, which is unheard of for January. Here's another thing we're going to talk about in industry news, but I can't get enough of. Okay, talk about Central Dispatch. If carriers are waiting 60 days to sign up and brokers are waiting 30 days to sign up, and there's over 75,000 loads on the load board, and the rates are going up because there's less people working because people are sick, or maybe they're sitting at home cashing checks. I don't know what it is, but the loads are way up and the wait time is way up. What are the shippers thinking right now? What are shippers thinking? Are they tapping their feet and looking at the Amazon order and thinking, I got 10 Amazon orders in the time it took for me to get a call back about where my car is? I just want to know what state it's in at this point. I don't know. So, yeah, freight guys say they are making it rain. Again, that bodes bad for auto transport. I don't hear anybody in auto transport saying they're making it rain. Although, again, maybe temporarily on the spot market, but how's the insurance cost? What's happening with the truck? Are you making all those payments? Are you making the money that you think you need to be making? And did you see this? This didn't even make the news. Repossession in Florida. They're talking about repossession rates. They've had it. They want more money to do the repossessions. We need to learn more about that. We need a future show. In fact, if you have an idea for next Tuesday night is a waffling situation. If you've got an idea, let me know, because the fact is, tonight's show happened because Ron let me know about his facility, talked to Kandy, I talked to Ryan. That's how fast we're moving. How do you think we do a show every Tuesday night? Because we're moving at the speed of light. Join us. Thank you so much, Chris Chamberlain. Thank you for ringing the Super Chat cowbell here on Auto Transport Intel on Tuesday night. Are you getting enough? Are you getting all this down? Okay, I'll tell you what. Do me a favor. We try to keep it loose, but we try to keep it moving. So, get with the program, Jay. The ACV load board is free. Well, shoot, man. There you go. But, a lot of people keep asking the question. If we can't have Central Dispatch, what do we do? What do we do? I keep hearing the question. Think about it. If we can't have it, what do we do? We'll be right back.
Transport Auto Quoter is by far the leading auto quoting software on the market, and the only auto quoter with a pro version that comes preset with accurate pricing for anywhere in the U.S. So you don't have to worry about it. The best part is that no change with your current software is needed. Just plug TAQ in and start booking jobs. Carriers can easily plug TAQ into their current websites and start making money right away. I bet you're wondering how we do this instantly and accurately 24/7. Well, constant analytics is the key. Our Price Watch team is constantly monitoring current market conditions, paying close attention to seasonal and quick-moving industry changes. At the end of the day, it takes a lot of time and data to maintain good pricing, time that most of us just don't have on a daily basis. So free yourself up. Using TAQ Pro is really a no-brainer. Save time and money, maximizing your leads and optimizing your online investments. You'll finally be able to sleep well at night knowing that TAQ is on the job selling for you 24/7. Never missing a potential job.
Do you need an auto shipping quote and a broker software you can rely on? Provide instant, accurate quotes online with Transport Auto Quoter by Superflow Systems and move with Pro ABD CRM. Visit superflowsystems.com. The links are right there in the live chat. transportautoquoter.com, proabd.com, all by Superflow Systems. And hey, what's up, Mark? I see you in the live chat. That's cool. So there it is. There's the information, and we're off to the races. We're already a quarter hour into the show, and if it is your first time here, really, I want you to feel welcome. Maybe we connected on LinkedIn, and you just got the email, and you tuned in, and maybe you just came in right now, and you're like, well, what is this? What is this show? What is going on? Well, this is Auto Transport Intel. It is the car shipping business channel. We've never had one like this. The industry has not had a channel like this. Yeah, I created it, so I'm biased, but the point is to connect all the automotive verticals in the name of transportation. No more guessing. Let's stop guessing at what it is, what the problem is, what the solution is. Let's get to the solutions. Let's do it 4 times a week on Auto Transport Intel. And look at that. Thank you. Thank you, NYC Traffic Inc. That is Ron. He's loving it. Thank you, Mark Grodicki. Check out Pro ABD CRM. Thank you guys so very much. It's amazing. Yeah, and there's Ty's dropping the bombs, running around in the aisles. You know, it's like we're in a big expo center here, right? And we've got our different booths, and people are high-fiving, and they're moving cars, or not. Or we know that although this is a party. You're right. It is a party. But there are still sections of, unrest, because we got some crazy stuff going on in the auto transport industry. Let's get to it. This is episode 224 in a row on a Tuesday night. Transportation, location, logistics here on Auto Transport Intel. Like I said, I got a message from Ron. He says 2,000 parking spaces, dealership drop yard service in Long Island. Can we talk about it? Well, you're darn right, Ron. We're going to talk about it. In fact, we're going to make a whole show about transportation, location, logistics. I like to talk about the auto transport industry ecosystem. Well, let's put some pieces together. So here, in the name of services, carriers, shippers, and loads, on behalf of auctions, dealers, brokers, equipment, that's tonight's show. Because we got to connect the verticals. Can't have separate cliques. It's in high school anymore. High school's over, guys. All right, here we go. On Auto Transport Intel, we talk about the back of the store transport parking lot where it meets the front of the store, where the dealer's standing there counting up record profits. 2021 was the year of the hybrid, so that means that, what is going on with this mouse, man? 2022 is what? Is the year of the what? I don't know. I need your help. Obviously the year just started, and that's why I'm trying to be prudent, all right? I don't want to sum up a year before it's already happened, so I guess we're going to find out together. Did you see what just happened? Man, Ty, it sounds like we're going to car conference. Super dispatch, no wait to access the super load board. Go create your free account instantly. Become a verified carrier in 3 to 8 days to start booking loads. See, there you go, 3 to 8 days. What's central dispatch right now? Oh, 2 months? Okay. Well, don't wait 2 months. Go to Super Load Board, get signed up, and get some loads. Get moving. Get back on the road. We're starting an hour earlier now on Tuesday Nights Live. It used to be 8 Central. Now it's 7 Central. And, you know, as we like to say, when the auction is a packed house, you'll find Ty having hot dogs in lane 8. What do we mean by that? We mean networking, okay? Hot dogs in lane 8 is code for building relationships. That's right. We're talking about people and other people actually speaking with their mouths and shaking hands. That's right. People are still shaking hands on hot dogs in lane 8. I mean, here's another great photo. People with other people. This is last year. That's right. Where people were still with other people. And here's an announcement. Very excited about a new chapter in the career. Shane Wells is now with Hanson and Adkins Auto Logistics. Great legacy, great leadership. Shout out to Shane Wells. We talked to Shane at Used Car Week, actually. Saw this on Facebook. Check this out. Female truck driver using TikTok to recruit more women drivers. That's right. Somebody actually found a way to use TikTok. There it is. It's brilliant. Hey, carrier on the move on a Tuesday night. LAI Auto Transport on his way to Seattle. Carrier on the move. Looks good, John. Well done. All right, so I asked the question on LinkedIn. All right, where are the keys? Is it secure? Those are just 2 big questions when dealing with what are top of your list of transportation, location, logistics. And Jose said, well, finding a transporter. How about that one? There's too many options. I'm looking at the dispatch boards, putting in bids, waiting on calls. In the good old days, people would talk to people. And that's where I also put, this went up, was it Sunday morning? Carriers. This was a podcast link on LinkedIn. I know, dangerous. I'm with you. Carriers waiting 60 days to get signed up. Brokers waiting 30 days or more. Load board volume higher than ever, which means more shippers are having trouble getting their cars moved. Oh, nobody cares? Oh, okay. Okay, then. Hey, but this guy says, I just signed up. MC, DOT are new. Not even sure they're valid. I'm sitting on my truck and trailer. I didn't realize it would take 6 weeks or more. It's crazy. It is crazy, my friend. That would be the nobody cares button. I'm telling you, we keep talking about this on Thursdays. Guess what? Nobody cares. Here's another one. I'm waiting on Central to get me approved. If there's some other load board I can start with. Yeah, I got 2 words. All right, I know. I shouldn't do this. Let me back up. Let me take a moment. Just take a breath. Yeah, I'll go ahead and take a breath. I'm gonna take a drink of my ELD punch. I never drink early. Okay. All right. What else? Oh, it's just all good news from here? Fantastic. Preferred car hauling app with load board. Somebody put a list together. Oh, Moosey. Moosey put a list together. How's the audio, by the way? Mic 1, 2, 3. Super Dispatch. Oh, Ship.Cars, One Dispatch, Truckify, Velocity, VTOS, Cars Arrive, Carshipio. Oh, Central Dispatch isn't on here? Oh, yeah, because they don't have an app. Okay. All right. Really, you're going to hit him again, Jay? Is an auto transport broker software dropping you? Okay. That's why we did the Pro ABDCR. I'm just going to try and keep moving. I'm having multiple... Oh my gosh, it just keeps coming. But they turned off support on... Let's just keep moving. Just keep moving. We're gonna get through this together. Everybody breathe. All right. Oh, and this is what's so interesting. So then everybody's asking, why did this guy retire so early? Now, I'm not going to speculate live. But do send in your comments. Send them to autotransportintel@gmail.com. Go ahead and do that. And in case you're on the podcast, remember, Thank you for tuning into the podcast. And you can skip ahead. You know, are you tired of this? You're tired of this? Well, if you're live, you're stuck. But if you're on demand, just skip ahead. Just skip ahead. Skip to the juicy, shiny, happy people stuff, as we like to say on Dispatching Live. In fact, speaking of retirement, here we go. This guy, he also, from Rivian. Rivian delivered 920 vehicles in 2021. I know, they're new, though. They're a startup or something. The COO retired, and this is interesting, too. Oh, man, Amazon Stellantis deal. Oh, shoot, and the Rivian shares are dropping. Do we have any good news tonight? Amazon Stellantis. Auto software delivery vehicles, ProMaster EV in 2023. Let's just keep going. Oh, my God. Oh, my gosh. Who set up the news tonight? And Ford's upset about the Ford Lightning dealer markups. Have you heard this? Let's see what we got here. Is that... Okay, one dealer in Virginia reportedly asking for a whopping $30,000 on top of the pickup's MSRP. Now we know where the... Is this the record? Okay. If you want to be among the first 25 customers to bring home an F-150 Lightning. Isn't this kind of like, you know how we say we're all in this together? And so like when there's a heat wave, if you're marking up water's $10 a bottle, that, you know, shame on you. Well, what's the difference? Just go ahead and text me the difference. Good, put it in the live chat and comment below. Oh, there it is. Oh, okay, good. Just want to make sure that wasn't just some kind of pesky rumor. So the dealers, okay, dealers can ban F-150 Lightning customers. Oh, so the customers can't resell and scalp. Got it. By the way, how are you going to haul this eVTOL? It's just a question. The news is on fire tonight, am I right? I haven't read a live chat in minutes. It's just been going crazy. Oh, a skateboard car truck. What is that? Citroen Skate autonomous platform? Have you seen one of these? Have you hauled one? Is it hauling you? I don't know, man. I don't know what's going on. And this mouse, man, we need to get... Can we get a new mouse up in here? Maybe we can put that super chat to good use. It's a futuristic hotel room. Or a car. But this van, I guess, has large glass roof and doors. And it opens and pivots and... I don't know. Checks your health monitor rate. I don't know. Is that a van? I guess it's a van. And then speaking of where are the keys, do not hand me one of these and say that's my key, right? Are you ready for this? Air tags? Holy mackerel. Can we leave? What happens if we leave it on top of the tire? Oh my gosh, this thing's just gone crazy. All right. Stellantis expanding vehicle subscription service on the West Coast. All right, there I said it. Oh, and making history, racing competition with no drivers. It's all autonomous race cars. Oh, God. What happened to the first... Oh, and here we go. You're not going to believe this disclaimer. Oh, my... I don't know what... I apologize. If you just tuned in from LinkedIn and you're watching the craziest automotive news you've ever seen, then I apologize. But you won't believe this disclaimer. Apparently, this is in France. From March, the advertisement for motor vehicles... Or is this from last year? I don't know. Must include, you got to say short journeys. We prefer walking and cycling. Consider carpool. Take public transport. This is real? Oh, this was adopted in 2019? Oh, good. Okay, well, maybe it had to do with the Transformers. I don't know. But, you know, whatever you say... Jay, this is how you get your car shipping news. It's on Auto Transport Intel, and you know that you can put it up on the big screen. Go ahead and do that, because what you're going to want to do now, make sure your popcorn's hot, because here we go. It's time for... We are now going to do five questions. We have 5 new questions every Tuesday night at approximately 7:30 p.m. Central Time. We do the answers on Thursdays at 1 o'clock. Here we go. You ready? Question 1. According to the Norwegian Automobile Federation, cold temperatures can reduce an unplugged EV's range by what percent? 10, 20, 30, or 40%? Ooh, cold temperatures reduce an unplugged EV's range by what percent? Ouch, I hope it's not 40. That is a great question. Go ahead and you can submit your answers. You can go to dispatchcenter.com/Ask Larry. Do that tonight before we reveal the answers on Thursdays. Yeah, we don't say that. Ty, we don't say C0V1D hashtag. No. Between the platform and AL3XA exclamation mark, I don't know who's listening to this deal. Sky says 20. It's a good guess. That is a good one, Sky. I actually don't know. I'm just gonna say, I'll say 30. I'm gonna go pessimistic. It can't be 40, right? Oh, Carlos says 20. It is a really, really good. Oh, Ed's got 30. Yeah, see, I'm going 30 as well. That's good. This is a good question. And you and no matter who you are, you do not want to know the answer. No way. Because that's why somebody said that Virginia pileup. Good thing those weren't EVs. Holy mackerel. Question 2. What is the most appropriate carrier pay amount to ship a 2005 Volvo XC70 from Vienna, Virginia to Oak Creek, Wisconsin? Can you believe that, Ed? It's Vienna. That is so random. No connection, no prediction, no way I would have known. 370, 500, 650, 725. So, a Volvo XC70, that's an SUV, right? Midsize. Vienna to Wisconsin. And these are today's rate. And by the way, Larry knows his stuff. You can test him. Alexa, open Quotify. And you have to enable the thingy. But I think it's 650. I'm going to go with 650. These are current rates given the amount. Oh, yeah. See, 725. Dang it. I'm not paying attention. Holy mackerel. I just got hit by something in my own studio. It's going crazy. It is. I think it is 725. I think you guys are right. It's like when did you see that light almost hit Hillary Clinton on that? It's like that. Great starting point. I think you guys are right. I think you guys are all right. 725. See, 650 I think would have probably been, again, this is the going. This isn't what you want. This isn't what the broker wants. This isn't what the carrier wants. And it surely isn't what the shipper wants, because they want it, like, really cheap. But this is, well, given how many loads are on the load board, I agree. I think it's 725. All right, good guesses all. Here we go. Question 3. Which of the following allows a purchased vehicle to leave an auction? Is it a gate pass, buyer approval, security question, or PIN? Yeah, I think I know that one. I think I got that answer locked up. Do you know this transportation location logistic? I think I do. I think I got this one. Okay, good. Sideshow the producer has $1 million. Hey! Yeah, don't take cheap freight. Thank you, Silver Mint. Always remind somebody. You could say it at every gas station. Every time you stop, every auction you go to, every port line that you wait in. Every time you're in a line at a salvage auto auction, every time you miss an appointment with a forklift driver, remind somebody. Don't take cheap freight. Yep, there it is. That is the answer. You guys have it. All right, here we go. Question 4 coming up. What is the most appropriate carrier pay amount to ship a 2018 Ford Fiesta from Kansas City to Hazleton, PA? 475, 605, 810, or 1025. Now again, given current rates, 2018 Ford Fiesta. See, I'm going to go 810 on that one. I'm not going to say 1,000. 605 with a lower load board volume. Where's Hazleton? It's a Ford Fiesta. It could be 605. Yeah. Carlos, you probably have it. I've tried to stick to my answers. I'll tell you what. Just to stick to my answers, because sometimes it's amazing when we do the answers on Thursdays on Dispatching Live. Sometimes those answers really surprise us. So I got 650 on that first one. I got 810 on this one. We got one more question. Here we go. The Cadillac Alante was one of the first vehicles to have factory-installed remote-controlled locks in what year? Is it 59, 76, 87, or 93? Factory-installed remote-controlled locks. That would be high tech in 59. It is Cadillac. I'm going to go 76. Remote-controlled locks. 87. Man. I'm going to go 76 on that one. 1976. And you see how I do not wait for the live chat. I'm not afraid to give the wrong answer live. It's called Auto Transport Intel. It's a 2-hour show. All right. That is it. Put in your answers. Thank you so much. Oh, Carlos has 87. Yeah, I could be a little progressive. Because do we have any in 76? I don't know. It's Cadillac, man. You know. It'd be great to... We should do a show on old ads. That would be amazing. But I tell you what, I thank you guys so much for playing Are You a Car Shipping Guru? Don't forget, go to autotransportintel.com, click on sign up, become an ATI insider, let us know how we can help you. Here we go. It's a long show. That's only the first half of the news. We got a whole second half coming up, so stick around because we're going to be right back after this.
Are you completely stressed out from all the calls and the contracts and the verification of loads when nobody answers the phone? Call Murphy Auto Dispatch Services today. Murphy Auto Dispatch Services has over 15 years of experience in the transport industry. We are your office while you are on the road. We book, we verify, and we bill out your loads for you. We have an excellent accounting staff and an even better dispatch team. Give us a call today at 417-273-0021. Or if you want to email me, it's murphyautotransport31@yahoo.com. Give us a call today.
Need help staying loaded or moving a car? That's the voice of Sue. She runs a dispatch office. She's a fully licensed broker, and she's my co-host on Thursdays on Dispatching Live. Visit murphyautotransportservices.com. Links in the live chat. Thank you so much for playing. It is now time for part 2 of industry news. Here we go. GM launched, to launch, has launched, will launch used vehicle shopping platform CarBravo. Chevy, Buick, GMC dealers can enroll immediately. It's a platform designed to boost used vehicle sales through GM dealerships. Saw somebody post, man, this is going up against Carvana, etc. CarBravo will give customers more choice and access to shop significantly expanded inventories of both the dealer and national center stock of GM used vehicles. Importantly, the program features also will be offered on non-GM used vehicles, designed to provide customers the convenience to shop how they want, where they want, online, at the dealership, or both. The announcement comes about a year after Ford started a used vehicle platform called Ford Blue Advantage. Eligible vehicles will come with trials of OnStar, Sirius XM radio. GM hopes that broader access to its in-vehicle features will increase subscriptions. Each vehicle comes with a warranty. Some buyers receive roadside service. Customers can request at-home test drives. Ford dealers have said, and here's the kicker, here's what you want to know, because the Ford dealers said Ford Blue Advantage increased their used vehicle sales and provided an additional revenue stream as the chip shortage slowed new vehicle production. That's all we needed to know. It's going to work. Hey, Bring a Trailer sold $829 million in cars in 2021, crushing other auctions. All other auctions? Some auctions. I think we're talking about more private to private and collectible, but here we go. 108% gain over the $398 million it sold in 2020. That's a full $250 million ahead of its closest live auction house competitor. It beat the $578 million of Mecum, $407 million of RM Sotheby's. Barrett Jackson only had $191 million, and Goody & Co. raked in $150 million. This is Bring a Trailer. So bring your... Man, who's bringing the laughs now? I'll tell you what. Online auctions eclipsed live auctions for the first time ever in 2021, with 20,000 cars sold online versus 16,000 across North America. Buying on Bring a Trailer, BAT, is simple. It's like eBay. Whoever has the highest bid when the 7-day countdown timer hits 0 wins the vehicle, pays a 5% buyer's fee capped at $5,000, significantly lower than the double-digit percentages required from sellers and buyers at traditional auction houses. Ooh, how's your seller fee doing now? And another draw, especially for significant cars of high value, easier anonymity. Stay anonymous. Use a pseudonym. Which is why, no-brainer, Bring a Trailer shipping is a thing. It has been a thing. It is a thing. It's been a thing for a year. You pick between fully enclosed or open transport, click the buttons, no hassle, no problem. So the question is, who is working shipping with Bring a Trailer? Is it all in-house? Do they have a load board? Can you become on their carrier network? I don't know. Actually, I don't know. And I thought I had read that there was a technology in auto transport that was working with Bring a Trailer, but I couldn't find anything about it. So I don't know. ALD to acquire lease plan to form new global fleet firm. Now stick around with me, right? Fleet companies are no joke. They move a lot of vehicles. How many vehicles, Jay? Let's see here. What's the number? Oh. Maybe it's on the next slide. Dang it. We don't have the number of vehicles? Oh, man. I thought we had it for sure. Well, I'll just keep reading. An acquisition announcement in the fleet space, literally on a global scale. ALD Automotive is acquiring lease plan. According to the acquisition, total consideration of, 4.9 billion euros? Yeah. Okay, that's got it. 1.8 million vehicles. There it is. LeasePlan is one of the leading fleet management and mobility companies in the world by fleet size, with 1.8 million vehicles in its portfolio. So, you know who's at the auction? Fleet companies. All the time. Let's see, what else we got here? One Gemini battery nearly doubles the Tesla Model S range. Now you're talking. How many miles can we get? Let's see. If we can get 750 miles, we lose 20% in the snow. Time and again, the number one complaint we hear about EVs is range anxiety. So how about 750 miles without a charge? That'd be good. How about 7,500 miles? Can we get that? Chevy Silverado EV will be first production car with 24-inch wheels. 75,000. That's never going to happen. But 1,700? I don't know. Can we get 1,000? 24-inch wheels. The point on this story, does somebody, hey, everybody in the conference room, I know we're high-fiving this Silverado. Did anybody tell the logistics guys that we made the wheels bigger? We might want to let somebody know. We heard about it on Auto Transport Intel? That'll work. And in fact, Ty says that they're going to tweet it, or they already did tweet it. First ever all-electric Silverado in your tweet on the 13th. That's Thursday. Check your tweet. Hashtag Silverado EV. On Auto Transport Intel, we do go live 4 times a week. We are now at 7 p.m. as a start time, Central Time, on Tuesday nights live. So thank you so much for adjusting your clocks And that's DOT compliance. Stays the same, noon every Wednesday. Join us for that. If you've got questions, starting up DOT compliance, MC Authority, IFTA, IRP, scales. Don't dodge the scales. We're going to check your load on how we doing. Let's check your load. Get your height sticks and your dispatch sheets, and let's look together. We look on the load boards. We haven't been doing a lot of searching, though, lately, because there's been so much turmoil with what's been going on with load boards and loads and rates. But still, join us on Thursdays for load board search advice. Yeah, exactly. There's Joe. There goes the load factor. Thanks, Joe. And hey, while we're there, while we're looking on the #1 load board, get yourself a vintage coffin. Cars on the Move is on Fridays. Dealers, auctions, and carriers. Where Ty and I, and you'll see people talking to other people live. We do that. It's pretty cool. On Fridays. Hey, there's people talking to people. Jason at Black Widow. Black Widow captures more. Live. People live. That was Friday. Thanks, Jason. And this was last Tuesday night, 2022 Viewpoint. What is your point of view? What did you see in 2021 you want to see more of in 2022? If you missed that show, go check that out. It's online. And last piece of news. Hey, go to Car Conference. We're going to be at Car Conference. We have a lot more to talk about at Car Conference, before Car Conference, and after Car Conference. Where is Car Conference? It's in Las Vegas. It's March 22nd through the 24th. You'll find IARA and Car. Oh, there's the and AAA. Wow, there's a lot going on at Car Conference. This is the Car Shipping Business Channel. My name is Jay. Thank you so much. We're just a few minutes late. Not a big deal. No problem. Lots of big news. I know. And it. You know what? It seems like it keeps heating up. I tell you, it takes me all day to kind of go through all these news segments I've seen, try to put them in some order. What are we going to talk about? What should we do? Yeah, no, really a lot of news. And when you think about it, it's not just, fancy car news, but it really affects the transportation industry. And I think as we see fancy car news getting fancier, it's going to get even more complicated faster. So that's good. Or not. But it's news. And it's relevant. So join us. I'll tell you what, let's do this. After this, we're gonna bring in Ty Thompson. Right after this, we're gonna talk about tonight's show, transportation, location, logistics, and then we're gonna introduce Ron, and we got a whole show ahead. So get your burritos ready. There's your food for the night. There's probably more food coming up. Stick around, we'll be right back. Is your current vehicle imaging process producing inconsistent images? Frustrating? Time-consuming? At the mercy of another vendor's schedule? Well, it doesn't have to be. Black Widow Imaging provides a simple system to capture high-quality images of your vehicles in seconds. Simply align the driver's side tire with the floor stripe. Stop on the floor plate to scan your vehicle code and capture the exterior images. It's that easy. It's also equipped with an interactive 360-degree interior camera option so your customers don't miss any details. The results are fast, consistent 4K images that are delivered to your website in minutes. Let us show you how easy your imaging process can be anywhere in the global supply chain. Visit blackwidowimaging.com to schedule a live demo. Capture more automotive business profit with Black Widow Imaging. High-resolution 4K images for OEMs, auctions, dealers, rail, port, fleet, insurance, transportation, and more. Schedule your live demo. Visit blackwidowimaging.com. You got links in the live chat. There's a phone number you can call, even an email address. MikeCheck123. All right, so as we're getting ready here, checking the audio once again. We're going to change up the order. I'm going to tell Ty this as well, but we're going to change up the order a little bit on the presentations. So, but first up, before we get to any presentations, what we're going to do is we're going to bring in, we've got the one, the only, Ty Thompson. of cars on the move. He connects dealers. He connects auctions. He connects carriers. Ty Thompson. Can you see me and hear me okay?
Yeah. Good to see you. Hey, the Information Highway, can you go back to the one where it talked about auto auctions had the record sales for 2021? Where did you get
Is that from, that's not from tonight's show?
Yeah, you said it tonight.
Okay, that was on Bring a Trailer. Okay, let's go ahead and do that. You know, we're on the fly. We do that. Let's cut to the live chat and then see if I can let's see here. It was Bring a Trailer. Was that the first half or the second half of the news? Oh, that was the second half. Okay. All right. Here we go. So here's Bring a Trailer. Sold $820 million in cars in 2021. By the way, have you heard of Bring a Trailer?
No.
Right?
No. Yeah.
Now, I have, but it's amazing how gigantic the automotive industry is. It's gigantic. There are people that have been moving cars for years, if not decades, and have never heard of Bring a Trailer. Right? Okay.
Yep.
Yep, there's the numbers now. Is it this one here? Online auctions eclipse live auctions.
There we go.
Yeah.
There we go. Who wrote that? What are they talking about?
Okay, yeah. See, the thing is, and everything needs context. This is not the auto auctions as we think of them. Okay. This isn't Mannheim. This isn't Odessa. This isn't America's. This isn't Accelerate. This is, as far as I understand, this is. But here's the thing. I know, right?
Not in my lane.
Right, but here's the thing. Here's the thing. Here's the big slide. Number one. Okay, actually, this is okay. So here we go. I'm gonna put it in order. Number one, $829 million of cars sold on Bring a Trailer last year. Okay, that is pretty crazy. Then we go to, that is also way crazier than what they did the year before, and it's way crazier. You've heard of Mecum auctions.
Yep.
And you've heard of Barrett Jackson.
Yep.
And Bring a Trailer is their sales way higher than those that you've definitely heard of. And that's an online eBay style, and I know it's not. I didn't share it because it's what we want to hear. I share it because it's news.
No, it is news, and I'm glad we put it in context because I was about ready to go sideways. So thank you.
Well, that's it. You know, it's funny too. And that's the thing. Even though I take all day to work on the news, I mean, you know, we had a meeting earlier. I had a meeting before that, so there's not enough time in the day, and I have a really huge news staff here.
Yeah, I know.
But anyways, it's still crazy. And here's the really big news too. Who hauls cars for that organization? Anybody we know? I don't even know.
Bring a trailer.
Bring a trailer. I don't know. Okay.
Yeah, maybe it's BYOT. Bring your own trailer.
BYOT. Nice.
It's got to be BYOT. If you're going to go to the Bring Your Own Trailer auction, you might want to bring your own trailer. I don't know.
Yeah. It's a really good point.
Okay, so let's do some quick recaps, some stuff that I haven't told yet. Okay, our friend somewhere across the pond, Hendrick. Where's he at, Hendrick?
Across the pond, Hendrick. Hendrick Carr of Cart Group. Hendrick Saar of Cart Group. He's in Germany.
Okay, I got some news. He's coming this Thursday, and I'm going to meet him. And we're going to go talk about trailers. I mean, okay, did you guys hear that? Some guy found auto transport intel in, where did you say? Germany?
He's in Germany, yeah. I'm going to put his link in the live chat.
He's coming to meet me and try to figure out how to get his trailers in the United States. That's crazy. That's a crazy story. I don't know if you knew that, Jay. Did you know that?
I saw that he had sent an email, but I didn't know. I mean, did he book his flight before he sent the email?
No. Well, I remember I said, hey, give me a call first, because he did send an email. He's like, hey, I'm going to come and see you. I'm like, why don't you call?
I'm booking a flight. How long is he going to be here? Because that's amazing.
Probably long enough to get the job done. I don't know.
Do you think we can get him on Friday's show?
Oh, yeah, why not?
I mean,
Absolutely.
add him in there. Plus,
We'll put him
Ryan's on the show tonight. We got Ryan on the show Friday. So that is really cool news. And I got to say, I love the context there. Hendrik, who lives in Germany, found Auto Transport Intel, and he's going to be here Thursday.
Yeah. The guy makes a lot. I mean, he's like the Cottrell in Germany, guys. I mean, no joke. This dude, I mean, it's a legit deal. This isn't just some bang hang that's out there welding stuff together in the dark. I mean, this guy's equipment is the equivalent to Cottrell over there, Germany. That's a true story. Did you know that?
And I did not, but I did. I mean, I saw the video of the trailer. I mean, it's great. Go do it. Go. You see it in the link. Cartgroup.com is in the live chat. Click on it and check it out. That's Hendrik in Germany. That's awesome, man. It's incredible.
So I wanted to tell you that. Then I'm going to go ahead and throw it out there. We're not going to talk long about it because it's in the beginning stage. Okay, this is baby. This is conception right here. I mean, we're just getting started on this. But go ahead and tentatively put 4/20 on your calendar, Kansas City, Missouri. We're going to have, what's the name of that? Do you remember what that name was?
Auto Transport Growth Conference. I'm going to put it in the live chat. Auto Transport, putting it in the live chat. Auto Transport Growth Conference is April 20, Kansas City.
Yeah. We're getting more and more details, but like I said, we're just in the beginning. But I want to go ahead and put it out there. Some of you guys travel. Some of you guys appreciate it. I don't know if Jay will be there. I know I'll be there for sure. We might be able to drag Jay there, but could be one of these ATI. Everybody high five each other too. So Hendrik's coming to town April 20th. We're looking at the car. Say it one more time.
Auto Transport.
The growth something.
Auto Transport Growth Conference.
Yeah. Auto Transport Growth Conference. And it's going to be put on by ASAP Brokers, right? ASAP Logistics.
ASAP Transport Solutions. ASAP Transport Solutions.
Nathaniel.
Yes. Nathaniel Ebel. Shout out to Nathaniel. Yes.
There we go. Okay. So, and those are just, these are kind of like just peripheral things that we're talking about. There's way bigger things that we would love to talk about. We're just not quite ready yet. So, I'm still talking to people that are signed up for the ATI Insider. I appreciate everybody that signs up. Whether I talk to you or I leave a message and you never call back, it doesn't matter. We're happy. We're happy that you're here. I did run into, you guys remember Ashby Black with AT Transport here in Kansas City. I ran into him today, had a great talk with the guy. And just finding, getting a feel for what's going on out there, he's like, man, I've got 7 trucks now. Did you know that? Guy's got 7 trucks.
Well,
He's up to
you ran
7.
into him.
Started at 3.
I think he was at 5 the last time you ran into him.
Yeah.
7?
Yeah.
That's awesome, man.
7. And, he made some good points. I'm like, hey, we're going to do that. Hey, me always, let's go and have fun. And everybody, he's like, buddy, I got something to tell you. I'm worried about how do I get drivers, how do I get cars moved, and how do I grow healthy? How do I grow my business in a healthy sense, right? Now, this guy told me this, right? And he's growing fast. And he's concerned about growth in the perspective of healthy growth, right? Do you go out and get in a bunch of debt? Do you, what do you do? How do you do these things? So, point being, I did a little dirty secret, really big dirty secret. I invited Ashby to come and talk. Yeah.
Like I didn't see that coming. That's awesome, man. Dude. I did.
And it's about healthy growth. So, I mean, here's my point. We're talking to a lot of people, dealers, auctions. I mean, the Black Widow video that you just did you guys see that show Friday?
Friday show.
Whoa. That was crazy.
I'm going to put the link to that. Keep talking about it. I'm going to grab the link to it.
Yeah, go ahead. So tonight's show is fun. I don't know if Kandy got a hold of you. She's had some presentation things she's trying to work on. That might be the change that you were talking about. But I got a hold of Kandy, I think it was Saturday. And we talked about why do we even need a place to put cars? That's what I want to know, right? So got to talk to her about what's going on in her life. Talked to Ron a couple weeks ago. Love Ron. I think we were texting, but I'm kind of excited about tonight's show because it is a big deal. And, you guys hear me always talk about the auction, the online auction, storage, different things like that. But I was thinking about this. I got a cool story. Back when I had all my trucks, I had a property. It was 10 acres. It was all fenced in. We put the trucks in the back. But the trucks, 20, didn't take up a lot of space. So there's a lot of space where you can put stuff. One of my biggest customers would buy about 1,000 cars a week, and they ran out of space. And they needed a place to put these cars because they didn't stop buying. They kept buying 1,000 a week. I mean, that's a lot of cars. So they needed a place to store their cars. We ended up making a deal with them because we're transporting them there. Then we're going to transport them out of there. So land, I guess, was kind of the key. Land and relationships when you're talking about storage. So I'm kind of excited to learn probably more than anything tonight. How's that?
Well, that is good because, all right, so here's what we're going to do. What I'm going to do is, the format of tonight's show is, it's that one-on-one interview again. I'm going to put you back in the waiting room. I'm going to bring in one at a time. Now, Ron was supposed to go first. He also has some conflagration. And then Kandy's got some kind of delay. But Ryan is here. We're going to bring up Ryan. Ryan's going to be first. So we're lucky. Thank you, Ryan. This is Repo Ryan Miller with NWR Tow. So here, let me do this. Ty, I'm going to put you back in the waiting room. Stick around.
Let me just say hi to Ryan. Hi, Ryan.
Hey, Ryan. Yo, well, you're going to get a chance to, because you're coming back in the panel.
I'll see him later.
You'll see him in a minute. All right, so stay with me. Okay, so Ty is going back in the waiting room. Let's see here. Okay, here's what we're going to do. I'm going to bring in Ryan. Ryan, you're coming up on the show next. So, Ryan, you're being invited now. Guys that are in the live chat saying hello. And you're right. Sky, Bring a Trailer is big. I have known about it for a while. It's just that I never hear anybody mention that company. Or, relations to it. Or if they move for it. Or I don't hear anything. Again, doesn't mean it doesn't exist. Just like 123 Load Board. That's another big one that's been around a long time. I never hear it get mentioned. No one ever calls into Dispatching Live and says, hey man, I got this load on 123 Load Board. Can you help me out? It just doesn't happen. I want it to happen, but it doesn't happen. Not yet. But let's do this. I'm getting sidetracked. And so, if you're just joining, please feel welcome. This is going to be cool. We have a new special guest. Ryan has never been live on Auto Transport Intel, so this is his debut appearance. So let's give a drum roll for Ryan Miller of NWR Tow in Chicago. He's with us. He's here. Ryan, can you see me and hear me okay?
I can see you and hear you. Thank you very much for having me on your show tonight. It's a pleasure to actually be on here with you.
Dude, thank you so much. Hopefully it's not too game showy. I get kind of in this rhythm, and I'm looking at the clock, and so I apologize if it comes off that way.
Hey, it's okay. I'm just trying to have some fun with you here tonight, so it'll be all good.
All right, cool. All right, so you're in Chicago.
Yep.
And do me a favor. Here's what I want you to do. Oh, I'm gonna click share. Let me click share screen here. And what I want you to do, just go ahead and take it away. Tell us more about you and your business. Start wherever you want, and then I'll jump in as need be.
Yeah, not a problem. Yeah, so my name's Ryan Miller with Northwest Repossessions out of Chicago. We've actually got 3 companies in one. We've got Northwest Repossession, which is our full-service repossession company. I'm general manager of NWR Transport, which is our logistics company to help transport all the vehicles off of our lot. And then I help co-manage Northwest Recovery, which is our private property impound company that moves illegally parked cars off of lots back to our location as well. So that's just kind of who we are and what we do. But we're doing anywhere with the repossessions. I think we're doing about 6,000 cars a month, or 6,000 cars a year. And then with the relocation, we're doing about 10,000 a year. And then all those cars got to get transported. So we had to bring in some more trucks to make it all happen. So that's where we got the transport company from.
And I'm going to jump in and say that, so we're standing at it was used car week. Mm-hmm. And we were standing in one of the breakout rooms. And yeah, we were talking about transportation and recovery, and that's where you let me know. So you not only, as you mentioned, with those businesses, but do you personally transport vehicles, or you have transporters? Tell me more about that, please.
All right, so we started our transport company almost out of necessity there for a little bit. Once COVID kind of came and shut us down in Illinois, I had a whole bunch of trucks that were sitting around and I had nothing to do with them, and guys wanted to work. So we ended up using the trucks to try to just use a little test market to see if we could actually make some money from doing this. And we found that we could actually start moving cars. So we ended up buying one truck. We had a flatbed. It started running some cars. We realized we were able to make money. And then we started adding in additional trucks. So now we're running 2 flatbeds, a 4-car hauler, and I think we've got a 3-car hauler on order that we're waiting for delivery.
Gotcha. All right, so let's do this. Let's look at what are the 3 companies you mentioned?
So there's Northwest Recovery. There's NWR Transport.
I'm going to go to
Northwest.
I'm sorry. Northwest Recovery. It was .com, right?
Yep, northwestrecovery.com.
Uh-huh.
And then we've got Northwest Repossession.
Okay.
And then NWR Transport actually falls under the Northwest Recovery title and name and all that, but it is 3 companies, different websites there. They're a little, Northwest Transport's a little bit smaller, so.
Okay.
But we just use that for all of our internal stuff that's going on within the 2 companies that are there. There's not a lot we've done to really branch out from that, although we have picked up cars off of other lots and helped transport some cars around.
All right, cool. So if I give you screen share, do you have any photos of your location or anything that you want to share with us?
Probably not right.
Oh, that's okay. We can stay on the... How about we stay on the website? Because what I want to do is... All right, Ryan, what I want to focus on is... Again, the show is transportation, location, logistics. And we want to get to brass tacks of... All right, when we're talking about a location... what if someone says, can I just swing on by and pick up a car? Is that going to work?
No, we do everything appointment-based only at our location, so that way we can kind of have some organization, what's going on in our yard. I mean, it's the Chicagoland market, so between the 2 businesses that we're doing where we're actually bringing cars into the lot, there's... When a driver or a transport company says that they want to come pick something up, we need a little bit of time to organize the yard. There's just, with the 3 lots that we're running, there's just not a lot of space that's there. So we have to sit there and, try to organize it. So that's why we have everything that's scheduled by appointment. And really that, if I can transport it, I'm going to. But if there's an outside transporter that does come in, we try to make sure that everything is scheduled accordingly.
Okay, so check this out. I just broke my own rules. I don't know if he's ready, but I just added Ty if he wants to ask any questions. Because, okay, so you mentioned appointment, and then you also mentioned another one. Space.
Yes.
Is space a problem?
Space is always rough, especially during the winter time here. I mean, during the summertime, you can sit there and make things a little bit tighter. There's a lot more control that's over the lot. But, man, during the wintertime, I mean, we've got 3 inches of ice that are outside in our lot right now. So for us, our trucks are sliding around. It takes a lot more time. It's a pain out there. There's only so much salt can do, and especially on a lot that's got a little bit of grade or slant to it. Trucks are sliding all over the place.
In fact, we were talking about, I'm going to jump in here and then I'm going to hand it to Ty. We're talking about the percentage of battery that you lose in cold weather. When you have snow, can you estimate how much your lot you don't have access to anymore because there's snow the snow's got to go somewhere.
Well, yeah, I mean, we'll probably lose about 20-25%. Not only that,
20%.
about 20-25%. I mean, not only that, but just having to move the cars around, or like the summertime, we can make the cars really, really tight. They'll be mirror to mirror. We're okay. We can jam them like that. But once you get the snow out there, you have to leave, a couple extra feet in between the cars now, just to relevate some of the truck sliding around there, so you don't bounce off another car and create any sort of damage.
So we got appointment, we got space. How about keys?
Keys.
Is that ever a problem?
We cut the majority of all the keys at our lot that are at our locations, but same thing with the batteries that are dying out there. It's, you know, you're running around with jump packs and everything else trying to get these cars started, saying that they run very well. It's that.
Let's talk about dead batteries. Dead batteries ever a problem?
Constantly, especially out here in Chicago. It's not. It can get down to. I mean, the other day it was what, -4 with the wind chill. It got down to about -24. So I mean, it just drains the life out of all these batteries, and even our trucks. It beats everything up.
What's another problem we could have, Ty? How about a gate pass? You got one of those? Now, you don't have gate passes at a recovery lot.
No.
Right? What would be an equivalent? What do you expect somebody to have? Do you check their driver's license? What do they need to have to prove?
So the credentials for coming onto our lot, obviously, if an outside transporter is coming to our lot, they've got to have their driver's license, they got to have their BOL, and we're pretty stringent on having a site entry agreement in which they're allowed access onto my lot. That's just to protect us and them and the finance company at the same time.
What about this is an interesting one. So how does the redemption thing work?
As far as a repossessed vehicle?
Yeah, so because it seems like there's a period of time where people can still get their car back even if there's a driver on the way to transport it. Right? Doesn't that happen where...
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the way that it works, obviously the consumer is going to make a connection with their financial institution. They're going to then send us an authorization for release. Once we receive that authorization for release and that documentation, the people can go to our website and actually book an appointment online to go pick the vehicle up from us, which that time we'll verify all the information that they have. But at the same time, if we've had it multiple times where transporters attempting to pick up a vehicle, but it'll go on hold at the same time because of a vehicle redemption.
What do you think of that, Ty?
I bet the transporter loves it. I was just curious, so Ryan, thanks for coming, by the way. I got to shake your hand. I don't know if you remember or not, but back in the corner back there. What's your biggest headache today? What are you dealing with? What do you wrestle with?
Contracts, a lot of contracts, but no, as far as the transportation stuff, it's just getting qualified drivers that are in there. The workforce just seems to be a little tough these days to get qualified drivers that are in there to do the job that we're asking them to do. Obviously there's a lot of issues when it comes to how much are we getting paid for all of this stuff, but so that would be a benefit to where we can talk about that stuff and try to have a conversation. Since all of our prices for trucks and everything else and insurance is going through the roof, there needs to be kind of equal compensation for that. And that goes across the board throughout all the industries. Yeah,
it does. Now, we'll get back to drivers because I got a question about that, but contracts came up first. So kind of explain because I've been a transport guy for, say, 20 years or so. I've never heard the repo side of what's a contract. So kind of explain that a little bit, if you don't mind.
Well, as far as the transport side of things, maybe not the repo contract, probably a different conversation. But as far as our contracts with our transports, where we've got lane exceptions with particular auctions, those contracts are tough to hold on to, tough to grab onto because you're competing against other companies that are also trying to get the same lane exception for the vehicles that are on your lot. So those are the contracts that I've been dealing with when dealing with different auctions.
So which auctions are you dealing with? Because you're in Chicago land, is that correct?
Correct, yeah. So we've got your Odessas, your Mannheims, your America's Auto Auctions. There's some other localized auctions that are in Gary, Indiana, or up towards Rockford, Illinois.
Well, what's interesting is you're saying that so my experience has always been, I know somebody at the auction who needs, the car picked up from the repo yard and back, so they just call me. So that's not how it works in Chicago?
It's a competitive market that's out here. Everyone's going to undercut the next guy just so they can get the quantity of work versus the quality of work. So what we did with our company, with our transport business, is that we actually got lane exceptions for our particular. So we're running 3 locations. I got one that's just southeast of the city, one that's northwest of Chicago, and then one that's in the way northwest suburbs out there. So we got lane exceptions for all of those lots that are there. So if the vehicle comes onto my lot, I've got the first crack at moving it opposed to anyone else. So fighting those contracts against other transporters that are trying to come in and undercut me is interesting.
Yeah, it's really interesting because I've actually never heard of anything like this. Not saying it's not real, but in Illinois, I could see where that could be, especially in Chicago, where you've kind of got everything's condensed, a lot of people. Not, I've been to Chicago plenty of times. I like the city, but definitely not a place I'd want to live and do what you do. Just being honest. Right?
I know it's right. Yeah, it does. It sounds, yeah.
So,
right?
So I'm just curious though. So it's like, okay, let's pick an auction that you're kind of friendly with, that you might frequent on a regular basis. Just pick one.
We're at Odessa and Mannheim every single day.
Okay, so you go to Odessa, Mannheim every day. I'm assuming you're dealing with the same person that's telling you, hey, do you have this car? Yeah, I got it. Okay, we're going to send somebody to pick it up. Is that how it works?
No. So I know on some of the other loadout boards that I was looking at here, like, for instance, Cars Arrive or something like that, to where I used to have a direct connection to where, okay, excuse me, let me back up here. So there's some of the load boards, if you're looking at this, to where you can actually see how many units need to be transported to that particular auction. If you try going on to Cars Arrive, you won't find anything there for Chicago because it doesn't exist. They assign out every single vehicle to a particular company. So you have to fight for that. You have to fight for that work and get your contracts with that particular auction to get that stuff assigned to you.
That's interesting. Has it been that way forever for you?
You know what? I asked the same question when I called up because I do have a buddy that works over at the local auction. I called him. I was like, "What is going on here? Who do I need to talk to?" And he got me an email. He got me talking to a guy, and he was like, "This is what you have to do." He's like, "We won't. There's no way for you to bid on that stuff. You just have to. You have to." Have a contract with us to be able to get assigned those vehicles. So during that time, I picked out my lots and said, I only want to tow the stuff that's off of my lots. If you need me to do anything else, I'm here for you. But as far as right now, I just want my lots.
Okay. I see how that can kind of be a challenge for everybody. That makes a little more sense, actually. So now let's go to number 2, which is drivers. Is that right? Is that what you said, number 2?
Yeah, drivers.
Workers?
I'm sorry, what was it?
Workers, quality of workers?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's this COVID thing really screwed a bunch of things up for everyone, especially people not working and anything like that. But a lot of people not working. So for us trying to get qualified drivers in here, I mean, it's tough trying to find some CDLA or some CDLB guys to sit here and drive a 4-car or 3-car hauler. It's just it's a small pool that's out there, and the ones that are out there, it's with what you're getting paid, it's difficult to come to some sort of equal ground with them.
Yeah, that would be tough. So let's go over equipment real quick. So you have the repos, and I'm assuming you have sneakers or tow trucks, something. So
I'm looking at my whip around right now. We've got 24 assets that we currently have that we're using. There's about 8 of them that are part of our camera car fleets. Half of them are under our Northwest Recovery fleet doing the private property impounds, and then those cover my flatbeds and my 4-car haulers. And then, the rest of them are my repossession trucks. I got 6 of those that we're running double shift.
Okay, so how many car haulers as far as like 3, 4? You're saying 3 or 4 car haulers, is that right?
So I've got 1 4-car hauler and then 2 flatbeds that can carry 2 cars apiece. And we're trying to purchase another 3-car hauler, but I think they said it'll be ready in about 1.5 years.
And how these guys aren't running? You said you had one in Florida, but typically you're staying like right close. Is that right or wrong?
Oh no, we just do local ads. I don't go pretty much out of state.
Oh, okay. So you're doing what I call short mile, long dollar.
Yep.
Or hopefully, yeah. So you're keeping guys close. They're getting home pretty much every night.
Yeah, they're running about 10-hour days.
Okay. And I agree with you 100%. Finding anybody with a CDL to do that with a 3, 4-car, 2-car, that would be difficult. So the next question I would ask would be something like, do they have to have the CDL for that? Or is it just one of those, go ahead and do it so we don't have to worry about it?
Well, no. So with the flatbeds, since it's under 26,000-pound GBWR and it's usually got juice brakes, we can get away with a guy with a C-class driver's license for us. Which is a simple test. We take the guys out, to the DMV. They do a road test real quick, and they're good to go. So finding those guys is a lot easier. But cost comparison of a 2-car hauler versus a 4-car hauler is the difference of like, 30 grand or something like that. So I'd kind of prefer to move more than less.
And I'm assuming you're moving, these guys are taking, what are they, your car hauler guys, what are they transporting? Stuff out of your yard to the auction and that's it? Or are you doing other stuff?
Well, no, they're doing some other stuff as well. So, I mean, we're running, most of it that they're running is our repossessions that are leaving from our 3 locations. But with the Northwest Recovery Fleet, where they're the private property impounds, if we have vehicles that come onto our lot that the customer never comes and picks back up, we'll do our processes on the back end here, and those actually all go off to junk. So we're associated with we're contracted with a junkyard that's down there on the south side. So we're moving all of our junk vehicles out of there. Out of our 3 locations to the junk lot as well. So we're keeping the truck multi-purpose. And I think that's what's helping us out is that we're, no matter where my truck goes, it's always loaded up. So empty trucks don't make money. So,
yeah. Well, another interesting thought for what you're describing to me, this is almost like a live call tie ATI sign up. I'm just asking questions. We're just chatting, but it's almost like as I'm listening to you, ACV might not be a really bad deal for you guys. Have you looked into that at all?
I've watched it on the show here a couple of times, and I think I think I was out there at Used Car Week. I think they had something going on out there. I think we visited their booth and kind of talked with them, but I'm just trying to hone in on my lot first, and then we can kind of expand upon there. So once I got this under control, then we can move forward. But yeah, no, I think it'd be definitely something beneficial to go check out.
Yeah, well, I know you got a lot going on. I wasn't trying that. So back to location and space. I heard you say when it snows, we got a space problem. Now, do you have a space problem pretty much all year long, or is it just when it snows?
We seem to move cars pretty quickly during the summertime, especially when you got some longer days that you're working with. But no, space does. I mean, it's not a terrible issue. We've kind of gotten a lot better. Actually, once we shifted over to having us transport all the vehicles off of our own lot, we were able to move the cars a lot faster off of our own lot, which makes the client happier, it makes the auctions happier, it makes us happier. Because sometimes a lot of the transporters wouldn't show up, or they'd be delayed and they'd be outside of their appointment time, or we'd have to reschedule it for the next day. And so putting the ball into our court really helped us out. I mean, really the repossession was the opportunity for us to make money. And if that's a piece of that we can pick up as well, then it helps us out. And helps out on a lot of the chain of custody as well.
Yeah.
Actually,
well,
I was going to say with us moving our own vehicles too, having our own transport company, it cut down on our damage claims by about 70%.
How explain that?
So whenever a customer was picking up a vehicle from the auction, so years past when we had other transporters that were picking up vehicles from our lot, delivering them over to the auction, and then the customer would redeem the vehicle from the auction, there was damage claims that were, they were just coming out of everywhere. So we had to sit here, and it was us to try to explain to the finance company why we didn't do this. So now that I've got my company that's sitting there transporting all of the vehicles that are there, it cut down claims tremendously. I mean, I don't have some guy showing up with a Suburban and a U-Haul trailer to transport a car over to the auction. I've got my professional drivers and professional trucks that are moving everything. Not only that, but we take pictures of everything. I take pictures of cars when we pick them up for repo, when they get back to my lot, before they get on the transport truck, and when they get off at the auction. We cover our butts the best we can to make sure that we're protected. So that's how we went down on 70% of damage claims.
Wow. Well, and that's a huge, either you could call it a revenue or, a savings, if you will, but that's pretty amazing. And it's funny you say that, because I've obviously been around a while, and I've obviously had to make the appointment. I mean, Jay and I used to joke. Jay used to have the repo hammer. I think you knew that. But, as the carrier group, we always hated going to the repo lot to pick up a car. And the way I was like, dang, man, if it's going to be that complicated to make an appointment, to pick up the car, to sign the waiver, to do the thing, why don't you guys just move it, And, of course, that was me being young and stupid. But it's good to talk to a guy like you who's actually making that happen, because just like you said, I mean, the dude in the Chevy Suburban with the U-Haul trailer picking up the one car, that's real, guys. Did you hear that? That's real. People do that. And then
that's what got my... Yes, that got my attention. Because, somebody probably got... We live in the, everyone gets offended now. somebody must have got offended when they heard that. That's part of the problem. And it's actually, that's what the Facebook groups are mad about too. It's everybody, whoever.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. And you know, you hear Ryan saying this. Ryan just said it. He said, now I've got my group of professionals. So Ryan didn't just go grab a dude and throw him in the truck off a Craigslist ad. Ryan found somebody, taught him how to do the job the right way, how to put the car on, how to take the car off, how to check it to the auction. I mean, there's steps, right, Ryan?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. We've got another guy that's training right now, and he's probably going to be training for the next 4 to 6 months. I've got my senior driver that's out there with him right now. He's the most knowledgeable guy that I have here at the company. He's got more, he could forget more in towing than I could ever learn. I mean, the guy's just amazing. But, you know, so I've got them out there training our guys, training more guys, better guys, just to try to help us all out. But yeah, it's a lot. And actually, you know, you were talking about other transporters. I've actually got it complimented from other transporters coming to my lot because they said it's the easiest lot they've ever had to deal with, because we've fixed everything on our end to make it as easy as we can for them on their end. So they actually enjoy coming to our lots because they're in, their paperwork's already done. They show an ID, they're out. We've already got everything pre-staged for them. They load up, they're gone. Yeah.
Well, you know, I don't remember who the guys, who are the guys we had on that we originally threw the hammer away. I think it was Brianna and a couple other guys. We decided.
Oh yeah, no, it was Brianna and Patrick and those guys when I threw away the hammer. I didn't throw it away. I still have it, but it's behind glass. It's part of the shrine. It's part of the
evolution of auto
ATI
transport
museum. Yeah, that's right. Hey, by the way, John had a question in the live chat. This is for Ryan. I'm curious how fast you pull cars out of Odessa and Mannheim. We pull cars out of both of them. It seems my truck is there for a long time when I do that.
Well, we're pulling cars out of Odessa?
Pulling cars out, yes. You don't pull them out, you bring them in.
Well, no, we pull cars out of there too, because sometimes a lot of the redemptions that we have with a particular client, they have to redeem the vehicle back from our lot. So I've already got the gate passes that are already printed out, set, done, good to go. And actually the Odessa and Chicago, I think they've got those little geotags that are on the keys or whatever.
Cognosis? No.
Yeah, whatever it is.
No.
Yeah, so our guys can sit there and just look at the GPS and they're like, okay, aisle 4, car 52. They just go down there, pick the car up, and then they're gone. So
is it Mannheim Lot Vision? Is that what it is?
Whatever Odessa is.
I'll get it one of these days, Ty.
It's Odessa's own.
It's Odessa.
Yeah. They tried. I think they were talking about.
Do you know why I'm guessing? Because they didn't tell us. Okay. What is it, Ty? Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I think they were going to try Cognosis, but I think I'm almost 100%. I'm really sure they've made their own, whatever it is. They have their own name for it. But I just don't remember what it is. And I know John, you know what John's saying, John G. We got a John C and a John G. John G's talking about anytime you go into any auction, it's a train wreck, no matter what GPS. And it just it's a process. And then you go to where you think the car is and it's really not there. I mean, we can all attest to going inside an auction can be a challenge. But I think, you know, as a whole, I will say, John G, I do think the auctions are, you know, you got to give it to them. At least they're trying to put something in there that we can find them. And whether that's for us or for them, I think it's more for them.
And that's why, yes, thank you. It's not for us. If we happen to benefit, that would just be lucky. But, and that's not fair, Jay. But in the live chat, John says, seems like the cars are always buried. I can't find a lot guy to help. And that's the thing is, Mannheim Lot Vision should help. And dispatchers and carriers can access it. But was it designed for them? I don't know. Does anybody know?
I know the answer. It's the fleets. Because did you see what happened on Friday's show? I'm talking, okay, Jason's talking, Jay's talking, and I've got to hit the mute button, and I find this guy. His job is to go find the fleet cars. That's his job. He works 40 hours a week, and all he does is they get a list every day, and he goes and finds the fleet cars. Can you imagine trying to do that? I know what it was like doing it before we had these chips and finders and whatever you call them, but it's crazy. Hey, by the way, is anybody Ron or Kandy around?
Well, yeah, we're gonna bring in Ron next, but I do want to ask Ryan this. Ryan, do you have, with your systems, and you're in the size of your space, you don't have to hire somebody and that's all they do is find cars and find keys. Do you have that?
No. We've got everything all organized within our lot. I got my lot attendants. They control their own lots. They know what vehicles are there. So we've got everything under control like that. It's not difficult for us.
That's awesome. What's the name of the lot? So anybody who just heard all that be like, yeah, what lot is that? I want to go there instead.
Northwest Repossession. We got 3 locations in Rolling Meadows, Illinois, Linwood, Illinois, and Rockford, Illinois. We've got everything all under control. So if you guys coming in to pick up a transport, you can go to our website, book your appointment online, and we'll get you in and out as quickly as possible.
Northwest Repossession. All right, so let's do this. I just put that in the live chat. Ryan, that was awesome information. Ty, amazing Q&A right there. That was awesome. Because now Ron is with us. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go back again. Now be ready. Don't run off and, join the circus because I may need you in a few minutes. But I'm going to put you back in the waiting room. Let's see what happens with Ron. We're about to bring Ron up in here. So here we go. Ty is in the waiting room. Ryan's in the waiting room. Ron, we're going to ring the doorbell. There's the doorbell. It is now time. It's been a little while. Ron was in here in the live chat earlier. Ron makes it in the live chat. He's a friend of the show for a very long time. Now joining on center stage will be Ron Lorenzana of NYC Traffic Inc. Now, I think he's on his phone, and I don't know if it's weather or C0V1D and the like, but have you seen this? Some areas are actually quieter. There's less people in less areas than normal. I've noticed some things on social media are quieter. I've seen some physical locations are quieter. You've seen headlines where, like, even airlines, they're short-staffed. We definitely have some kind of strange people shortage. But still, now, Ron, I heard you, but I can't see you. I'm going to go to, Ron, are you joining us? Are you on a phone?
Yeah, I'm on a phone. I have to use my phone. Do you hear something?
I hear you. Are you joining by video too, or just audio?
Video too. I see you, and let me see here.
You see me? I don't see you yet, but I have a feeling that's about to change. Oh, here we go. 707. Oh, no, I don't see you yet.
Oh.
But 707 says, I'm deciding what truck to buy. Flatbed, reefer, dry van, car hauler with Stinger. Is now a good time to be getting into car hauling? Very interesting question, and such a great time and place to ask that question. Thank you, 707. And I hope that, help me out in the live chat. While I'm talking to Ron, help me out in the live chat to see if we can get an answer to some of that. And Repo Ryan talking to Super Dispatch. We manage all of our cars via Clear Data. Clear Data is another thing that I want to learn more about. We've touched upon it in the repossession and recovery industries. They have Clear Plan and Clear Data. Now, Clear Plan apparently is for on the repossession side where vehicles are coming in, and that's how they manage it in their systems. But Clear Data is on the transport side. So when you book an appointment, you're actually accessing through Clear Data. I think that's correct. Mic check 1, 2, 3. I think we're okay. All right. And auto transport, absolutely not on car hauling. It's a tough market right now. Thank you, auto transport. That's what I think most folks would say. Now, when you're buying, if you already own something, California Bay Area, okay. All right, well, let's see. Ron, can you see me and hear me okay?
I can see and hear you. How about me?
All right, I can see you. I can hear you. Now you're on the darker side on our screen.
Yeah, well, let me see.
But,
let me adjust the light over here.
But I can see. But I can see the festive Christmas lights.
Yeah, I had to do old school. I had a whole thing set up. I apologize. On my laptop. I was going to be all pro.
And let me tell you something. That Kandy had the same problem. Again, there's something in the water. 2022 is the year of the something in the water. Yeah, no, we really are. We didn't know we'd be so post-apocalyptic so quick, but that's where we are. The highest tech part of the show was the goofy news stuff that Jay threw up on the screen. And I'll tell you what we're going to do is we're going to bring in, I'll tell you, here's what I'm going to do. Watch this, Ron. I don't know why I tortured you so long. Check this out.
No worries.
I've got your video. So let me see here. Let's bring this up. Let's watch this. Ron, let's watch a video. You want to watch a video with me, Ron?
Absolutely.
All right, here we go. Oh, wait a minute. Wrong screen. All right. Let's go and bring that over. All right. So we can see that. All right, Ron, what are we looking at here? What is this video?
This is a storage facility in Long Island, New York. It's about, how many acres did I tell you it was? I already got it right, like 16 acres. Do everything from storing, as you can see there, trailers, and of course, new cars and used cars, being off-lease rentals. We also have a recon facility right there, one bay, pretty large. It's, I forgot the square footage, but it's a pretty large housing there to prep cars, do reconditioning. And on the other side of that building right there, there's another small building, one floor, a couple of rooms. It's also a small office building also to use as a information hub for the whole facility. This is a good, actually. Yeah, I didn't realize how good this was.
That's great.
Yeah. So yeah, we've had that for a little bit. And at this point right now, we're looking to offer it out there. I know there's platforms right now that you can log into and see where there is a parking facility in your area where you might be driving in or out of. I don't know them off the top of my head, but there's several.
So here, let's go. So this is some of the PDF information that you sent to me. All right, so 2,000 parking spaces? Is that what? 2,000,
yeah, 2,000 parking spaces located right there in the industrial area. Everything's secured. Everything's inspected on drop-off and pickup. I should say re-inspected on drop-off and pickup. There's a lot of services there, probably a lot of services I don't even know. Of course, cool. Inventory is as soon as something is dropped off, whether it be a container or a trailer or especially cars, they're scanned in. Each one has a label, whether it be a car or a trailer or again a cargo, anything that stays on the unit until it gets picked up again. Once it gets picked up, it gets scanned out, and again, there's an inventory done. I think we do it every Thursday. See to have our inventory up to date, and really it's what you see right there. It's clean, it's big, and we're looking to put it out there now because of these new platforms coming out where you could people are coming in. See, Long Island's a very hard place for trucks to park, to find parking or to have facilities. Long Island was kind of made for like trucking business to just come in, do their business and leave. We don't have we don't have truck stops. We barely have any fuel stations. They literally just want the trucking traffic. They literally come in, drop, and leave. So this is placed out kind of in the middle of Long Island, in an area where if you're out that deep and you can't make it back out, there's a place to stay and store. And again, we're going to be on these apps. I'm not sure which one we're on now. Like I said, I had a whole little thing there with my list and everything I was going to read off of. Now I'm just literally just trying to remember what it was. But
that's all right.
Yeah,
so can you see? I'm sharing a screenshot. Can you see this?
I can see that. Yeah.
So tell me. So this is interesting because it paints a picture. You were talking about how I haven't been to Long Island. I've never been there. Mm-hmm. Okay, but like you said, there aren't. It's not like most places.
Yeah, it's not a truck-friendly place, right?
Okay. So that explains. Well, thank you, because that's the context where. Okay, so something like this is hard to come by.
Yes, it is, especially on Long Island, because one, we don't have a lot of land out here to be offering. So land right now is premium. So we have this, like I said, it's on the North Shore. More, it's on the north side of 495 as you're in Long Island, which is the main corridor from east to west. to bring it into Long Island and back out. And we do everything there. We service a lot of the dealerships in that area. They store their new cars when there was new cars, and we do everything from reconning their cars to get them ready for delivery, and also when the manufacturer sent, for example, another carrier to come drop off their new cars for their dealerships, we store them as well before the dealer had need for pickup straight to their dealership. Go ahead.
You're not pulling my leg. This is Long Island, right? I mean, it looks like it's in the middle of Tennessee. Those looks like there's plenty of space, right?
Yeah,
no?
It looks that way, but no, it's not. All those trees that you see around the perimeter there.
Yeah.
I mean, right there to the left and the right, yeah, it's industrial. But once you go across the street, like literally, seriously, to the top of this picture, it's all residential. And just the main road that brings you into that property, there's actually even certain hours where they don't let trucking come in or out unless you have an actual facility in the area that you're going to deliver to local. So that's how strict Long Island is as far as where trucks can go. But it's very residential in that area right there. Yeah, there's definitely a lot more room than there is if you were to get closer to New York City, being Manhattan. But out there, there's probably more space than there is, 10, 20 minutes from Manhattan. That's about 45 minutes from Manhattan east. I say about, an hour from Jersey, I guess, depending on traffic. But mileage wise, let me see, from Manhattan, that's probably about 41 miles. If you're coming in from Jersey, it's probably about 60 miles, 61 miles. But again, traffic here is always a factor. So right now, with everybody working remote, especially here for it being such a big city, and majority of people working remote, has created a lot of traffic. So traffic has definitely been an issue out here. But that's something that we're offering now, this service. But mostly I'm in the transport aspect of it. But this is definitely something that we have sitting there that I figured I'd put out there since we're trying to do something with it and put it on these platforms. I wish I could remember one of the platforms. As a matter of fact, Ty called me way back and he told me about somebody, and they did reach out to me. We got that going. But right now, like everything else, it's kind of something's going on, but nothing solid yet, but definitely talks. But again, they just kind of gave us a lot of ideas. It was great to talk to them.
Ty is here with us now, by the way. Ty, got a question for Ron?
I can't see anybody. Hey, Mr.
Okay.
Ty. See anybody.
Hey, Ron. Actually, it's weird. When you put me in the waiting room and I go to watch it, I can't hear. So I could barely hear most of it. But I did know what I just heard Ron talk about. That was our buddy Don that we met up at the Brooks. Is it Brooks, Jay? Brook Brothers or something Brothers?
Oh, Brothers Auto Transport. Don.
What?
Don, yes,
Brothers
right,
Auto Transport.
Yeah, Brothers Auto Transport, yes. I know them.
Yeah,
very large company, right?
Yeah, well, and it was cool because Jay and I met him, 2019 or something, and that was what he was talking about. Man, I need a place to park my trucks. I don't know if you guys worked anything out, but that's how this show works. It's amazing.
Right. No, absolutely. No, I've gotten, especially every time I get a call, they're like, yeah, Ty gave me your number, and then I've gotten a lot of those, which are always great. I always feel like, oh, wow, that's great. I give them what they need, and they usually want to call me back later on down the road and say, hey, thanks a lot. I appreciate it. I got back with Ty, thank you. It's always great. I always appreciate those calls, Ty, because you also learn from it, talking to other people and listening to their problem kind of. All of a sudden you're like, oh, wow, I forgot I don't have to go through that anymore. But now that we have this, that we can give them or show them, or which back in the day wasn't so easy. That's why, again, I always go back to when I first stumbled on Jay, how he was giving out all this free information. And here we are spending years trying to develop everything. But again, I loved it. So that's why I'm here. And again, I've been in and out of this now. No, I shouldn't say in and out of it. I've been doing this probably for close to 30 years now. It all started in a family business. My father bought a used car dealership, and he got into exporting cars, mostly exporting cars. He was successful enough to list us as one of the top exporters on the East Coast in 1996 in the Maritime Journal of Commerce. And then from there, we had so much traffic that we bought our own trucks to move our own cars. And back in the day, too, we did not have internet, so you couldn't buy online. So my father had literally a buyer at each auction, all the way from New Hampshire down to Florida. So whatever day the sale was of that week for that auction, he would get the list at the end of the day. Okay, this is what I bought for you. What do you want? And my father, you know, that's how we used to do things back then. It was great, totally different animal back then, but definitely a lot to learn. And it almost makes you appreciate everything you've been through a lot more, especially what these kids are going through now. But that's how I got started in this whole thing. And I worked for a union shop also too for a while, for about 15 years with Allied's Holding Systems. They were great, actually. I was an owner operator for them for a little bit. I love that gig. I've heard somebody else talk about, Jack Cooper, that's right, about them. And then I saw some of the questions that came over the chat room about, you know, how bad it is, or how whatever, or ask them this, ask them that, kind of like some negative vibes. So I'm going to be honest, it was probably the best gig possible back then that these kids nowadays wouldn't believe if I told them the benefits we had there. Let me see, the company closed in 2013, I think it was. So I left a year or two before that. But anyway, as an owner operator for them, we have easy passes, tolls. We have tolls here like crazy. Any one of my trucks, literally to get out of Long Island and back into Long Island, each one of my trucks, probably round trip, has cost me about, I think we're up to like $340. Okay, so my easy pass bill a week, you know, you can imagine just on 4 or 5 trucks. Okay, round that out, it's like a $2,500, $3,000 a week toll bill. Okay, so that's why things up here have to always kind of stay up. If you're moving low stuff, or just it's eventually going to hit you in the ass. You're going to have to close doors. But anyway, going back to Allied, that union shop, some people poo-poo it, but back in the day, the Easy Pass on our trucks was from the company. I never knew what a toll was or how much the toll was for about 15 years, okay, because it was covered by the company, and that came out of my pocket. We had a fuel surcharge. Fuel surcharge paid every month, okay, so didn't matter if the fuel went up or went down. I remember I used to get, and this was back then, I used to get like an extra $3,500 fuel surcharge check at the end of every month. $3,500, okay? Back then, that was something good, okay? And full benefit package, full retirement package, everything. And I think the only thing that I paid out of my pocket, if it was like 60, maybe it went up to $90 by the time I left there, and that was my union fees. That's it. Oh, and the most unbelievable thing too was Allied only moved new cars, okay? When you damaged a new car, even as an owner-operator, you did not have to pay for damages, okay? Imagine that nowadays. That will never happen again. Everything I'm telling you right now will never happen again. But anyway, that was the heydays, and it was the best, and I learned a lot from it. And then after they closed, I've been on my own ever since still. And thank goodness, I can't complain. I like what I see. I love the show. I love this whole atmosphere and everybody in it. Thank goodness, just like Ty has said so many times, the relationships. When things hit the fan, all of a sudden you realize where those relationships are just like, wow, I had no idea I had that relationship going, or I had no idea. And it's just like, wow, bam, you know, it's just so heartwarming a little bit, if I can get a little soft about it. But again, that's how I got started. I'm still in it. I would say I'm a small nut in this food chain, and I kind of like to keep it that way. I think because it's a lot less of a headache, a lot less liability, and this market changes so much. I like to kind of be able to get rid of what I don't have or don't need, and kind of start small again, and then see where it goes. So again, it's, the relationships and all that just means a lot. So I appreciate you guys. Go ahead, Ty.
Well, I know I missed something, so if you've already talked about it, just talk about it again. But
go ahead.
Right now, in that lot, what's in there now currently?
Right now, it's just currently really a small amount of new cars. The used off-lease rentals are mostly what we have in there now. That's really because since the market is that's what we have more in the market right now. It's just all used off-lease cars.
All used off-lease cars that come from a fleet. They come from dealers. Either dealers will have, because I'm gonna be honest, you here in Long Island, here in this area, I shouldn't say Long Island,
this New England area, okay, I see that our market is a lot more different than some of the other markets in the country. We have a lot of movement going on. I got to say, I know it's not the way it used to be. We definitely had to change our ways and what we were also moving. But there's a lot of movement going on if you just pay attention pretty much and follow the wave. But I got to say, I've probably been the busiest in the past 2 years since this COVID hit than I ever have, ever. And it's all been with this used stuff.
So if I'm a used car dealer in the New England area and I'm having a space problem.
Well, that's the thing, right? You call me and we'll send a truck over there to pick them up, bring them to our storage facility, and you'll be charged storage, which of course for dealers it's a very reasonable, competitive rate. And then we do everything for them, anything other kind of services they need, whether it be new car delivery, just used car storage, inventory. Like I said, pretty much anything that has to do with transport and storage.
Okay, so one more. Let's say I've got one of our ATI gang members. They call, they're in the New England area, and they're really tired, and they need a place to park. Is that?
We're looking into that. The only thing that's getting a little tricky, but we're trying to not do it on a daily basis. We're trying to do it like on a monthly basis right now, only because it's a different animal too. But right now the way things are, of course, you can't say no to anything. But again, we're trying to see what that really entails. We're not too sure about that. But right now, one of the things too is, for example, we have when I don't want to name anybody in particular, but when you have some of these carriers who, or I should say dealers, like say, I just want to use somebody like ACV, but not really ACV. For example, they have cars on Long Island that they can't get moved, but they need to take them off their dealership and put them somewhere for a certain time. Did I lose you guys? Or are you guys still there?
Nope,
I'm looking at Ryan now.
We're still
okay,
good.
There you go. Okay. We'll pick them up and bring them to our facility for whenever, whatever carrier they want to come, send in and pick them up and take them to their final destination.
All right, good. So primarily for now, it's new cars, used cars, in and out, and any ancillary services that the dealer might need. You're interested in maybe providing that as well. Okay.
Correct.
And you got you can stuff about 2,000 cars in there?
Yeah, I don't know why that seems little, but yeah, I'd say at least a little more now. But yeah, 2,000 cars, yeah.
That's a lot of cars.
Yeah, it's a lot of cars. That's why I'm throwing it out there too, because a lot of people don't know we're out there. And we've been kind of busy with other stuff right now with transport that I haven't really given it too much attention until recently, especially now that we're not storing a lot of new cars. With any new cars that come, they're out the door faster than they can hit the ground. So definitely, that's why I've been paying a little more attention to this and seeing, throwing it out there.
Well, let's ask Ryan if he has any questions. Ryan?
Right. Now, I think Ryan's been working as well, right? Ryan was, or no, because I don't want to catch you off guard. Ryan, were you able to watch some of that, all of that, see it? Yeah.
Yeah, I was catching a bit of it. I was
cool.
A little bit going on with the text message here, but no, Ron mentioned something here that kind of brought something to my attention here about the used car dealer transport. That's something that we've actually been using to actually stir up business with some of our used car dealers for the repossession stuff. So as they're purchasing cars from the auction and we're delivering them over to their used car market or over to the used car dealer, that's where we're dropping off some of our repossession packets and actually stirring up business again that way. Well, I only caught a little bit of that at the end there. I'm sorry.
No, you're good. And I also want to say, all right, Joe Bercari is with us from Midwestern Car Carriers. He's a friend of the show, right? Joe's been on a lot recently. In fact, Joe's probably like, really? I'm back again so soon? Joe is back. Thank you, Joe. Were you able to catch some of that, Joe? Because
I caught a lot of it.
You caught a lot of it.
Caught a lot of it.
Take it away. Here's the microphone.
Very familiar with that area. Ron, you may not remember me, but I remember you. I was a dispatcher in Edison, New Jersey, Fort Newark, back in 97 through about 2002, 2003 area.
Right. Yeah, when you had the Edison plant. Yeah.
I did the rounds, baby.
You know what I'm talking about, right?
I was in Edison. I was in Port Newark. I was in Ridgefield for a brief period of time. And when as a Northeasterner on there, my accent starts to slip back out again. So you'll start slur my R's. And this ain't coffee in the mug, but it's
that's right.
Close enough. So
yeah, once that British accent starts rolling, you can't stop it.
Yeah. Well, the only thing is, I got to correct you here. I heard you say a half a dozen times. You know, I grew up in Queens and I lived in New Jersey for quite some period of time, and you kept on saying things like, you know, so if we have a driver that's in New England, now listen, you never tell someone from New York City or Long Island that they're in New England. That is a really big no-no.
The only reason why I use that word is because I figure people outside of this area would kind of understand what I'm talking about. But me too, that's foreign to say that.
You know,
I got it from Ron.
That's like, you might as well tell him he's from Cuba. I'm nothing against Cubans, but you just don't.
By the way, isn't it Long Island?
Long Island.
Long Island.
Long Island.
Long Island.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm sorry. I'm sorry to everybody. I've found out that I will not do that again.
Everybody thought you were a Patriots fan, talking about Tom Brady and all the Bostonians.
No.
Yeah.
No, we don't do that. We don't do that here. It's a family show.
Yeah. So, and actually, Ryan, for what it's worth, interesting, funny story. My mother grew up in Chicagoland, so I kind of walked in both of those worlds. I've been to the first and the second city. So,
glad you made it out.
I escaped to Kansas, but anyway. No, so like one of the kind of interesting things that I heard on the broadcast that I thought from both of your guests, and you know, kind of it's a universal truth whether you're shipping old, you know, new cars or you're shipping, you know, second vehicles or repo or whatever. And I kept hearing you guys kind of dance around it, but you know, I'm like shouting at the screen about inventory management. And you know, in the logistics side of our world, there are kind of two basic questions that if you don't know the answer to either of these, you're dead. One of them is where are your drivers, and number two is what is your inventory. And actually, sometimes number two and number one flip-flop, because if you have a grip on your inventory, then how you manage your manpower can be, you know, just completely dramatically wrong. So, you know, I wanted to kind of touch on. I was kind of tempted to write something in, but I was like, I'll just make a point of it when they pull me in. But, you know, managing that inventory is so critical, and it's a big deal for the driver too, not just for the, you know, the company and their sanity, but also small mistakes can cost huge amounts of money in terms of errors because you're taking
loss of time. Right.
Yeah, instead of taking it to Syosset, you ship it to Rhode Island. Now you got a huge problem.
A big problem.
Huge problems. Huge issue.
Huge. Exactly.
So,
yeah, absolutely. But yeah, you're totally right. One little misstep or in not having control, the waste of time trying to locate it and pinpoint it and solve it is just tremendous. It can add so much to your bottom line, your time, you know, everything, your sanity.
And another thing too, I'll give you a real world example of an issue that just happened to a driver at Midwestern. And for those of you guys who run longer car carriers, not flatbeds, but you know, in this particular case, it was an 80-foot Stinger. And the driver loaded a load of they were CarMax units, and in this case they were loaded out of an origin that the origin wasn't important. I don't want to throw anyone under the bus. It was an honest mistake, but it was a costly one because that driver's load had two stops on it. One of those stops was I'll make this up for Kansas City area people, make it kind of easy, but one of those stops was Independence, Missouri, and the other stop was in Merriam, Kansas, which those two stops by themselves are, you know, 25 miles apart, but they're 40 minutes of drive time apart. Now, what happened was the driver was given his load, and it was, I think, 7 or 8 units, some number like that. And the consignor said, take this car. I don't have the paperwork up on it yet, but I know where it goes. It's going to Merriam. You know, make sure that, you know, just take this car and I'll email you the paperwork in an hour after everything gets through the process and worked up and this, that, and the other thing. Driver says, okay, cool, no problem. Puts it on the truck, puts that car on his head rack. Well, that car and the 5 others behind it, he thought were going to that Merriam, Kansas drop, but he put the last unit, 1 or 2 of them, on the tail that were going to that Independence lot. He gets up the road and some number of 100 miles, up the road, he gets that email and he looks down and the blood drains out of his face because he realizes the unit that's up on the head rack is what was actually supposed to go to Independence, which means that now he has to make one of 2 bad decisions. He's either going to have to run the load backwards and do a kind of a crazy loop, or he's going to have to basically unload the entire damn truck to get this unit off the head rack so that way he will be able to, effectuate the proper delivery. That probably cost that driver 45 minutes, maybe an hour's worth of time. Well, when you're on an ELD, that matters, man. Like, that will completely screw your day up. It'll completely screw your economy up. And if you've got a pickup that you have to make where that's very time sensitive because a yard is going to close, a load is going to be pulled or something along those lines, man, you're behind the 8 ball already. And now you're even more behind the 8 ball. So that understanding what your inventory is, understanding where your inventory goes, man, that's critical to any kind of operation. To have it smooth, man, a real world issue that just happened to us, big consequences.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Wow. That is a big deal.
Yep,
Thank you.
Huge. Well, and that's a great story because, as I was thinking, Joe's coming on the show, I was thinking about it today. I love Joe. And I love Joe's perspective. And I was thinking about, from the standpoint of location and space and cars, Joe's got some interesting perspectives on the OEM side, where they stash cars, don't you, Joe?
Yeah. Well, right now it's kind of a crazy time because production is coming back up at a really, really fast pace. And production is actually faster than the capacity of the network to supply lift. And so what's happening is that as the manufacturers are trying like crazy to try and catch up to the demand of, the semiconductor shortage and COVID before that, well, they're pushing out volume like crazy, but there's not enough rail cars, or they can't get full rail crews together because of, the great resignation and work in those kinds of things. And then, there was already a driver shortage in the United States. Now it's worse. And, car hauling seems to have been more heavily impacted as an industry than just generally trucking. And so as a result, the customers are screaming, lift, lift, lift. We need capacity, like yesterday, and we need it now. But that capacity is not there. Well, those factories don't stop. They're still pushing out cars like you wouldn't believe. And so those cars got to go somewhere. And most of those factories are really only set up to be able to hold 3 maybe days worth of production, in some cases less, just because of the way that the industry because the towns that have grown up around that industry. So yeah, space constraints right now in the new market are a really big problem, and it snowballs because when you can't unload rail cars on the back end of your service of your supply chain, well, now what happens is loaded rail cars sit for an extra 24 hours or longer. Those rail cars, the longer they sit, that's less time for them to get throughput back into the network. And that means less capacity and lift at the plant sites, which means they need more space to store more cars because, again, production never stops. It's just going to keep hammering out, and so then the next thing eventually the customers are forced into a situation where they have to call trucking companies to say, hey, I need you to shuttle 400 units from here to here because, I got to be able to make up some space. And obviously that's good news for people like Ron, who have real estate
overflow
that can offer overflow services and, competitive rates and, have a fence around a place that, to store vehicles. That's really good news for Ryan. Probably sounds like too. You got an assembly plant up there that probably could, might have some opportunities for you. Actually, you got 2 assembly plants. You're in Rockford. You're not too far from Belvedere. So there's kind of opportunities there for people who have the real estate and can offer the services that the manufacturers require. And then a step further beyond that, obviously for trucking companies, that gives us an opportunity to sort of feast, because we love shuttles. You know, we love moving metal more than once. That's a paycheck for us. So.
We now have Kandy with us. Kandy, can you hear us okay from Florida?
Hello, everybody from Jacksonville.
What's up?
Hanging in here. How's everybody doing?
Hanging in, yeah. Well, we're hanging in.
Hey, Kandy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, Todd.
Kandy, you've got storage, don't you?
Yeah, I got storage. I got
What
all
do
you
you
need.
store?
How many spaces you need?
Do you really? Uh-oh. We lost somebody.
You there?
No. Okay, yeah, she's still there.
Storage.
How
What do
many
you got
spaces
here?
do you need?
So
We got all you need.
We're now looking at your presentation. I don't know if you can see it on your screen, but I've got your presentation pulled up here. Why storage, Kandy?
Storage is for a lot of different reasons, and I missed a lot of the panel due to technical difficulties. Just another day in 3PL logistics lifestyle. One facet of storage is, I think the beauty about it is everybody who requires it. And a lot of times you don't even know you need it until you need it. But then you really, really need it. Just like he was talking about having storage, off-site storage. We're like a OEM transporters. They're a little secret. You know, if you got anybody who's in the city, who knows that state, who knows the area, even if it's not your storage, you've got access to land and resources that you can put into play at the drop of a dime for an OEM manufacturer looking to move 500, 1,500, 3 units, or just get one out right now. So, them a little presentation. You ready for it, or
ready?
Stand up?
Yeah.
Why storage? We're filling in the gap between origin to destination. Here we go with these hotlines. But that's all the things that I'm sure everybody's talked about, but it's putting it under one roof so that it's accessible to anybody who might need it. Clients may require a facility to help mostly facilitate, to ensure the integrity of their cargo, their relationships, to make sure that nothing's been compromised. Be it damages or missing items, components. It may be where a key or a chip hasn't been sent from the manufacturer. It's on the next vessel or on the next airplane. So all those little pieces have to be put into play. They have to be compiled together before you can get that product out to your destination. So it's having a resource that can hold it, facilitate, store it, secure it, and still let you look like a boss while you're doing all those things. It's having proper documentation. If you don't, for us in the port specifically, it may be an affidavit, it may be a letter of intent, a lien. Sometimes you can have cargo, new or used, where the certificate of title or the manufacturer's salvage title, if those things don't come with the vehicles, that don't come with the cargo, they can't sell. That's when customs and different regulations kick in that you have to be compliant. And you may get it shipped when it's not in compliance. What happens is once it gets overseas, your cargo may sail back. They may bring it back to the origin if all those things aren't in place, or they may release it to another storage, which you don't control. So you're at the mercy of, well, it's not really any mercy. Just, get ready, because what happens next is going to be very costly. We feel the requirements of final mile delivery. Those are all the things that, like, it's anything you can come up with, really. But what I put, it provides proper equipment and understanding of the delivery requirements to destination local to the storage facilities. What that means is, like, for us here, we're 1.5 miles from U.S. Customs. It's a whole lot of things that get shaken in U.S. Customs that can delay and do everything we just mentioned. So having somebody or having a system in place to go and access those things, that's where your time is important, because time is money, and storage is time. So storage is money. So having somebody in play to be able to actually help to stop some of the storage, that can help too. And that's where we are. Let me move the cell phone. Next, we have boots on ground. Everything I've said thus far covers the boots on ground perspective. That's where people like us here at Seaport Service in Jacksonville, or we're facilitating in Freeport, Texas also. That's where we actually get to make magic happen, the things that you don't know about us, where the maritime logistics degrees and the professionalisms and the non-professionalism, but the dirty side, whatever it takes to get the job done like you want it or need it to get done. People have contracts with the government, contracts with Volkswagen, you can name 50 million names, but you have obligations, but you're not on the ground. There are a lot of new car companies, a lot of OEM carriers who have facilities. But even having facilities, that doesn't facilitate all the things that can go wrong sometimes if you're operational as a broker carrier. You have your own type of problems. Brokers, freight forwarders, that person, that business has a different business model, has more pieces that they have to answer to. So you look to have boots on ground so that you can actually get those things done, like I say, in a timely manner, and maintain control of your cargo. It is your cargo. You may have, let's say, corporate relocation, military accounts, where you have to do things a certain way or you won't get paid, or you will get chastised or reprimanded or lost a contract. So you want to have someone who could have a storage facility, but is able to facilitate pushing your agenda, what you need to do to be in compliance with your customers and clients. And I think that about concludes it on why storage.
Wow. That was good. What do you got here?
That was good. So you got two locations here, Kandy. Is that on the second slide here?
Yep, that's Freeport, Texas. If you look at, and drivers, anybody here know that location familiar? It's just footsteps right outside the port. Location. Jacksonville, Florida, within the Port District. Location. It's so many things that happen. Our focus is around terminals. That's TWIC Terminal Services. The agenda is to create the dialogue so that anybody that is really looking to do good business, to do good streamlined business, they know that they have someone who boots on the ground that can act on their behalf. We have clients who fly into town. We may offer consults just to see if we can work together, if it's something, because people bid on jobs, brokers, freight forwarders, logistics, carriers even bid on jobs based on the resources that they have at their fingertips. Not necessarily on your payroll all year, but there are tons and tons of resources, and we're just a resource. We're a maritime resource, specifically on purpose maritime resource, so that we can focus on what our clients want and need. Even the clients that don't know we're here, I said we would make more emphasis on putting ourselves out there, not just to get a new client, but I can name names all day. I know who the creme de la creme is in this business. So those are the ones we like to work with because they already have a system in place, and they may just need pieces that are tighter to maybe speed up time, as to not have so much storage, to be able to offer a more concierge service to their client. And everything is about time.
Whoa. Is it okay if I ask some questions? Does anybody have any questions? Because I got a lot.
Great, take it away.
Okay. Kandy, I didn't know you had another place in Texas. Why?
We're working because everything is a work in progress. I'm kind of particular. Yeah, that would be it. So to the streamline, we want to be the best, not better, but the best, and not just one day, but every day.
Well, one thing I want to encourage the audience here, don't go out and buy a bunch of land just because you see an opportunity here. There seems to be, Kandy, quite a bit that goes into this besides the land. I mean, you keep talking about contracts, you keep talking about kinds of stuff I've never even heard of. So you just don't have land and put a fence around it and say you can put your cars here. You kind of need to know what you're doing. Is that what you're saying?
No, yeah, you've got to have not just a start point, a guide point, and you know where you're going with it, but mostly what your focus and who your focus is, because you're going to get a lot of I call it a lot of high-end distractions, a lot of big money distractions. So it's more definitely about serving your niche clientele. You'll get a lot of good distractions, a lot of bad ones too, but still needing your service. So you end up, and we struggle with that, deciding, who to service. Do you service your clients that really make you pull the best of you up and give it to them? Or do you service those that really, really need you because they hopped in the business and you don't want them to fail? So it's a lot of middle ground with that. But any day you could be either one of them.
It sounds like a lot of compliance and education too at the same time.
Say it again?
It sounds like a lot of compliance and education at the same time that kind of goes into it.
It is. I believe that. We all know the game is to be sold, not told. So it gives you the opportunity to see who's ready to not just get something, but we get to see people cultivate the relationships, and that's what I like. They don't just. It's not a one-hit wonder, and sometimes it is. But when you take care of business, that one-hit wonder remembers you. They're gonna call your name.
Joe.
Relationships, man. She's speaking 100% about relationships, keeping those relationships honorable, speaking in the truth with integrity, and sometimes it's hard to hear the truth, but that's what it is. And I have nothing more to add. She said it perfectly.
I want to highlight boots on the ground, and Kandy always has empathy and knowledge, because when the different business models, the plugs don't match, you need to be able to talk to somebody rather than call an 800 number and go through a menu with 20 options.
And everybody's not gonna like your. I run into the dialogue. Everybody doesn't like your delivery. Sometimes shit ain't sweet. And most of the time when you're in a storage bind, you're already out of your pocketbook. We run into this scenario 9.5 times out of 10. That's why I like OEM. Even though you haven't technically planned for it, you have, because you've been here before. So you run the difference between a dialogue that's been there before many times, somebody who's been there never.
Well, it's the sticker shock, from someone who's doing this all the time. They don't. I mean, that's the thing. I mean, this land is that you're talking about location. There's a reason why that location is valuable, and believe me, Uncle Sam knows it's valuable too. They figured that out. So but as long as you're reasonable and straightforward and all that other stuff, and can, but I've heard a lot of times that not just with port services, but other like inland storage locations, the sticker shock, shocks people, what it costs to be able to accumulate stuff on this property.
It fills a big gap, though. It fills a really big gap. You have to think, for us here in the port districts, you deal with a lot of overseas clients who don't have any resources on the ground other than maybe the contracted transporter, and a lot of times, not even just independents, but even big companies or reputable transporters, you're not in the business of facilitating those things. It's like, almost like, I appreciate your business, give me my money, cry me a river, but you can't really say that. So having reliable storage facilities, reliable relationships, it puts you in control a lot of the times, or it puts you in good standing. But a lot of companies, clients that we serve do not have representation that can offer those solutions. And so that's really the key for us, is finding and creating solutions. Keyword, creating, finding and creating, because the dialogue is usually not the same from one situation to the next. Let's imagine having too much fuel, going to a terminal where it requires the fuel level, cars new or old, be below a quarter of a tank. Your transporter picking up that cargo may not be familiar with that facilities. He goes to the facilities, even not requiring a quick escort. let's say that they have their own TWIC credentials. They enter the terminal, get in the terminal, wait the time in line, pull out the paperwork. The inspector inspects the cargo. Boom, half tank. Half tank of fuel won't get it on vessel for about, the number one reason is, let's say, customs, compliance. The terminals have to be in compliance with maritime rules and regulations. So they don't care if it's inconvenient for you to get the fuel level down. All they know is you're not going to pay those thousands and thousands of dollars in fines if your cargo is the one that puts the vessel overweight. So it seems like the biggest small thing, but they plan on staying in business for another 100 years, so they have to be in compliance. So just telling you no is the compliance that they have to offer. Rejecting your cargo is what they have to offer at that time. So having solutions in place before your cargo gets there, it's pinnacle. It really is. So experienced companies, they do it better, but it could be, a scenario where this has never happened before. So we feel a gap, a storage gap, yes, but a maritime logistics gap, yes. We fill those gaps so that that there are places and people that help put other people and businesses in contact with each other. It may not be us as a service provider. It may be another company. Hey, call this company, or let me connect you with them to fix this.
I could just comment on something Kandy just said about maybe she might not be the one to service that customer, but she'll refer somebody else. I've found that aspect to work so much for me too as well, to get repeat calls. For people just to call me because I refer them to somebody else, not just because I couldn't do it. Doesn't mean I'm not going to refer you to somebody else who can help you out. What Kandy does there looks like it's phenomenal customer service. And another question for Kandy. Your service is all ro-ro? Do you fill containers, or do you just store?
No, it's ro-ro. We partner, and we really, the easiest way I say it, we have brokers and freight forwarders. I've been a broker. I've been a freight forwarder. I did claims investigations, a lot of different facets. And the one thing that I came up with as far as filling that gap for integrity is just put it out there. Be 100, even if they don't like it. Be 100. They might talk shit about you tomorrow, but keep it 100, and it's going to fall into place. That transparency, that little gap right there, it saved the day for me so many times.
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. I learned a lot tonight, guys. I really did. I didn't know that. I didn't know all that stuff about Ron or Kandy and Ryan.
Dude, Ryan, your interview and information segment was great. I'll tell you, that Q&A, Ty and Ryan, you guys had it going. That was really good stuff. Thank you for that.
Thank you. Well, like I said, I still got that demonstration for you, too, if you still want to do that clear data thing.
That's right, clear data. Clear data, I tell you, I was talking to Brianna about this. I think there's a clear data show or information session in the future. So we'll save it for that one.
Sounds good. Yeah, I got the demo car already set up for you.
Well, shoot, man. And listen, I appreciate everybody's adaptability tonight. We had Ron had I think Batman and Superman had a brawl in his front yard, and then then it all caught Kandy, and she had what craziness, right? And your phones are still ringing.
Yeah.
Listen, as long as Ty's hair is in place, I think we're all good.
Whoa.
Hey,
as long
Ron,
as
do you like the way?
Go ahead, Kandy.
You like the way I dodged the bullet on that containerization, don't you?
Yeah. I thought I was gonna open something up for you, but I guess not.
Yeah, no, I wanted to stay positive. I didn't want to curse,
Right.
That's
So
why
we learned.
your podcast is called "I Love Car Shipping," which is funny, right? Because it's usually it's usually long stories of. Actually, where's my? Oh yeah, here's the.
Attention! The bullshit meter has detected major BS.
Right, so that.
Bullshit.
Yeah, that's okay. That's
I want one of
transportation.
those.
Yeah. Oh, so Sue sent me this. Sometimes you just gotta hang on to uncomfortable silence. Why not?
I was gonna say, I thought we
What the
lost.
hell is that?
I was trying to read it.
That should be the family photo of the week. Everybody like, what? Let me get the time code on that one. 9:25. All right, that's it. Guys, thank you, everybody. Guys and gals, thank you so much.
Thank you, guys. Great to see you.
Thanks for having us.
Good.
Thank
Thank
you,
you,
everybody.
everybody. Thanks, Joe. Thanks, Ryan. Thanks,
Thanks
Ron.
for
Thanks,
hanging
Kandy.
on.
Thanks, Jay.
For your
Thank you,
adaptability, yes.
Appreciate
Thank
you
you.
guys.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.
All right. All right, and then that's the end of the meeting. We're going to let them all go. We'll go to the live chat. Thank you so much. Thank you, live chat. Thank you, live guests. And man, we got a lot of super chat thanks in here. John from LAI Auto Transport, Cars on the Move, Ty, Finest Towing and Recovery, John, Chris Chamberlain, NYC Traffic, Mark Rodicke, Super Dispatch. Man, there was a lot of cowbell super chat, live chat tonight. And also, Auto Transport, everything you need to know, the praise of Kandy, it's wonderful to see because, you know, being her down there in the port with all the management of the phone calls and the questions, nothing's crazier than a dock receipt on fire, right? That is it. So for all the help that she does, thank you, Kandy, so very much for all the help that you offer to folks. Because yeah, I mean you're coming pretty unwound when it's been a long day at the port. So yeah, and Silverman said, hope you get paid for all that aggravation. I want to thank everybody that joined the live chat tonight and said hello and chimed in and whatever parts you saw or missed, or you know, whether you're live, whether you're on demand, maybe you're on the podcast, whatever it is. Thank you so much for spending the night, Tuesday night, on Auto Transport Intel. There he goes again. Jay's always checking the audio at the end of the show. So thank you so much. And if you need, hey, if you want to contact somebody, let me know. Send me an email, autotransportintel@gmail.com. Let me know how we can help. I'll tell you what, I hear that car hauler coming. Tomorrow we've got DOT compliance at noon with Brian Riker. And join us on Thursday for the answers for Larry. We have a lot of, I don't know if this is the year, I don't know what this is the year of, but I do know this is ever since early December, we have a lot of load board and software and kinks in the hose to talk about. So if you miss tomorrow on DOT compliance, be sure to join us Thursday on Dispatching Live, where we dredge, you know, we go to the bottom of the river and dredge up all that mud and try to get through what are we doing here? What is going on? Because I think what we do know, good news. On Auto Transport Intel, you can connect, you can learn, you can grow, and that's what we want to help with. So if you've got something to share, let me know. Send me an email, autotransportintel@gmail.com. Let me know how I can help. Thank you all so much. Have a good evening. And here comes the car hauler. Stay safe, and we'll see you soon. Peace out.